Can I skip this? Am I able to just skip this? Can I just skip this? I can't skip it, guys. I'm just gonna talk over it. As this thing is loading up, we'll see how this all plays out. Because YouTube said no news, no stream. No news, no stream sounds about right on this week's TokuTonic shit. Are we live? Are we here? Are we here?
Okay. Also, Ash is waiting on a link, but I gotta send it to him.
Oh my god, I gotta send him another link.
Yeah, you sure?
Just send him the same link that if he resets, he should be able to see it. But
okay, I'll send him the link I have with you.
Okay, yeah, it's the same link. So whatever.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Mess Up TokuTonic Shift.
Oh, okay.
Where even YouTube said, "Not today, son. Not today." Meanwhile, Cloudy is
Hey,
cover that.
Oh, right, damn.
Just cover that. Just cover that right now. Right now. We are barely a minute into the stream, and already, all that.
I forgot about that.
Hello and welcome. We're apparently honestly, we were off for a week. I was at a convention over in Atlanta. Had a banging old time, and then during that time, there was no news. Come today, and there's still hardly any news. So I was just like, man, I have no idea what's going on. But already, we've got a $5 super chat from Musa Muteki. Yama's laptop must have broken the stream the first time. Gotta thank Gotchard's card throwing for that one.
It's just Ash.
So, what's just Ash?
Oh, could you just message me if you have me? Oh, so I'm trying to send him the link through Discord. I don't have.
Oh my god,
friended, I think.
Oh my goodness! All these technical hiccups just going into all this stuff.
Oh yeah, absolute chaos.
It's great stuff.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. We had news. What kind of news did we get? Because there hasn't been much. We got some Boom Boomger rumors, speculations, some Gotchard forms. But we get Gotchard forms any day that ends with Y. So does it really matter? Because first of all, Gotchard gets a form like every week, and then we're already at the point of rehashing forms that we're not even 10 episodes in, and they're already reusing forms.
It's true. It's kind of annoying. And they're the new Kid Bash is disgusting, just saying.
I mean, the Gold Dash form looks good. He thick. He thick.
I mean, that
so, let me see if I can get on Discord so I always close out of Discord when I start up these streams, but
no, I know. Apparently I'm not friends with Ash. I gotta fix that.
Oh my god. You're not friends with Ash?
I messaged him a few times. So I guess maybe we never sent each other a friend request. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
It's not my fault, okay?
Y'all ain't friends.
Hey, listen.
Y'all ain't friends. Anyway, how are you, Cloudy? We haven't been live for a week, so what you been up to?
Let's see. The reason I haven't been here is because, my roof got broken, so construction happened on Friday. So that been awkward for you guys to hear that.
I heard everything.
I heard y'all weren't even friends. I'm like, damn.
Hey, listen, we're good buddies. We're good buddies. You can take
your acquaintances.
Yeah, we're acquaintances.
Yeah.
You can take the box away. Don't worry. It's fine.
You're fair weather friends.
We find off screen.
After that, I got sick, so I didn't want to be here coughing and sneezing all the time. So,
I mean, last week we didn't even have a live stream anyway. So,
I didn't even know. Okay,
I was at a convention. So,
yeah. Other than that, I've gotten addicted to Genshin Impact and Star Ocean.
You spent any money
Nice.
while you were gone?
Actually, no.
Nothing Toku related. I know you spent money on video games. But...
Okay, have I spent money on Toku related things? Yes. Do I regret anything? No.
What? Hold on. What'd you buy?
Maybe a pre-order of a few drivers that may have smartphones involved in them.
Oh, you're gonna be broke.
No, I'm actually very financially stable. Actually,
that's good. That's good. Okay.
I did manage to succeed in pre-ordering the Fi's next driver. So
I got.
Oh yeah, because wasn't it last stream it sold out as soon as you got the link?
Yes, and then they put up the Chinese pre-orders, and I managed to snag up that one for a little bit of a lower price. But hey, I got it. That's good
because it went up as soon as it went online.
Oh yeah, I was crushed. I was
we saw it live in real time.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have told you that news if I didn't know you already had to order it.
But I did manage to get it. So
okay, good.
So I did manage to get it. So I'm good on that front.
I also think I've got second place on lock for Toku debt.
I know Mark's probably winning the Toku debt for this year after knowing what he recently purchased for almost $2,000.
What?
Yeah.
I think I know.
Yeah.
I think I've got an idea.
So because of that, I'm just I think he just
he won
purchases combined, he kind of won by default. So I'm just oh. So Ash, how are you doing since we didn't talk last week?
I'm good. Are we live right now? Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we are.
I've got the stream up. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good on YouTube. Don't worry.
All right, cool. I've been good. You while we were away last week, I managed to watch all of Kyoryuger, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I watched it from start to finish. I haven't watched the movies yet, or the 100 Years After, or the Brave, but I really enjoyed it from start to finish. There's only 2 episodes I skipped over, which was the Brave special and the stuff to do with the movie because I hadn't seen the movies. But I watched it from start to finish. It was an emotional roller coaster, and I really, really enjoyed it.
I will say you don't have to watch the 100 Years After. That one's a bit meh, but the others are pretty good.
It's mostly done more as satire. It's a comedic piece. So
yeah, but Brave I want to check out because that was so popular. It got its own spin-off in Korea, so I'll have to check that out for sure.
Oh yeah,
now. Did you spend any money during these last 2 weeks?
No, I've been busy with Spider-Man and Mario Wonder. Yeah,
I didn't get. Well, I got Spider-Man for free, but I haven't fired it up. I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. I don't want to get invested in another game before finishing other game.
Don't forget, you have Mario RPG to play.
I know.
Oh yeah. I've never played Mario RPG.
You should. It's gonna be great.
So yeah, of course, no stream last week. I was at a convention over in Atlanta. Some people might have seen the photos of my Orga cosplay, which definitely was a chore and a half to put together. Definitely spent a good amount of time putting that together, but it was done very, very well. I was honestly surprised by the amount of people that actually recognized Kamen Rider Orga. At this convention, because I was like, wow, people I would have never pegged. I guess Toku is more relevant than we probably had assumed in certain regards.
Was it
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, was it a day 1 Orga and day 2 Roy thing, or did you was it hourly it swapped or something?
So one of the someone people might know from like several Markusatsu streams or from Toku Twitter, Calvin was doing a Toku photo shoot. They're both on Friday and Saturday. So I actually did dress up for Orga the majority, pretty much all of Friday, and just for the photo shoot again on Saturday, and then I slipped into Roy. But then the issue is it was hot this year, and I was dying in the cosplay. So
yep. What was it again? Global boiling is what it's called, apparently.
It was not that great. But if anyone wants to, I actually was looking up before the stream earlier and did see that someone did record video of the convention, and I do have a quick like couple second video that someone did take of me at the convention in it.
Nice.
If I can get the box out the way.
The next home?
Yes, the next home. So yeah.
Did anyone recognize you under the cosplay or?
There was one person that did recognize me. They were like, "Can I ask you a cool question? You look like a guy on YouTube that reviews Kamen." And I was like, "Zio Agito." It's like, yeah, that's me. So
how did you know I was disguised? How did you know I was disguised?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I was just walking around just regular me on Thursday, and that's when I did get recognized by this one individual, in which they were asking for some recommendations and stuff like that. They apparently liked Black Sun a lot, so we're looking to venture more into Toku that was more geared towards the adult demographic than your typical like children's fare. So
Amazon and all that stuff.
Well, Amazon's not on Amazon anymore. Apparently, they took it off.
They did?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it's for you guys, but I went to check Amazon Prime the other day, and it was delisted. I don't know if that's a me thing.
I'd have to double check, but but even then, for the guy, I said just watch Amazon season 1. Don't watch anything after that because it doesn't exist.
Season 2 wasn't that bad. Season 2 wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Shut up, Claudia. Was
season two was okay. Season 1 was a fun experience.
Season 1 was good.
Season 1 was great, and then you start getting into the whole like fast, rapid growth of Jin Sun, and you know that entire thing.
I mean, go ahead.
Look, it felt like a Kamen Rider the first to a Kamen Rider the next experience. That's how that felt.
Fair enough. Although I will say this, if you want like a good like serious Toku that are like Black Sun and them, Heisei Phase 1 has some pretty decent stuff. Yeah,
that's what I recommended as well, was going into a lot of the Heisei Phase 1s, and that's part of the reason why I also made the video that I came out with earlier in the week, going into the Tokuverse of the 2000s era of Tokusatsu, because I wanted to go beyond the range of just your standard, you know, big three. Everybody always talks about Kamen Rider Super Sentai, your Ultramans, and sometimes there's like a sprinkle of Garo here and there and things like that. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I made that video, was because it felt like a renaissance when it came to Tokusatsu during that era, because we got so many different shows.
We get the occasional Metal Hero every now and again, I think.
I mean, but Metal Heroes died out in the 90s.
True.
But that's the thing. It's just like there was a big three depending on what era you were in. But that kind of like fizzled away in the 90s, because technically the big three would have just been Sentai, Metal Heroes, and Ultraman, because even Kamen Rider wasn't a thing in the 90s besides its films. So. Meanwhile, also at the convention, I was sadly disappointed. There was not. I wanted to spend money at the con. Look, I was ready to spend money at the con. That's the only thing I got.
It's the only thing you got? Really?
This is the only thing that I got at the convention. Was Tarantula Knight that came with all with his 2 little shoe gods. That's it. $150. $150.
Yeah, that's actual proper retail price, I think.
Yeah. That's why I bought it. As opposed to other price gouging that they had going on at the convention, because soon after I bought that, I noticed that they had the King Caucasus Castle. And originally, it had 2 stickers on it. So I was confused because it had one for 80 and they had one for 100. And then they said, no, it's 100. That's a misprint. Okay. Then the following day, they raised it up to 180.
What the fuck? Really?
How the fuck?
That's because it was the only one, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, this is the busy day. We're gonna raise the price on this shit." And they were the only
prices on
no,
last convention.
literally. This convention is ass backwards. It used to be that way. Like by the time you got to Sunday, they would like clearance shit out just so people could get rid of it. But no, they raised it up again because it was 200 on Sunday.
Don't you want to like clear your stock and inventory on Sunday? Like just get rid of it.
That's why I go to conventions on Sundays, because they clear their stock on a Sunday.
Exactly. No. They usually get the best sales.
They're like, usually it's only what's left.
Stock is going down. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how come I'm like, I got the Tarantula night on the first day that they had the dealer's room open, which was on Friday, because I was like, they don't sell that bundle anymore. You can only get Tarantula night by himself, not with the 2 additional shoe gods now.
Yep.
So I was like, 150, that's a fair price. I'm going to go ahead and get it. But then everything else that they had, no, that was overpriced. They had a couple of CSMs. I was like, I'm not paying the prices that they were asking for several of the CSMs that they had on there as well.
Sure, it wasn't like $18 and they just forgot a zero. Like,
oh no, I asked them directly.
Okay.
I asked them directly. Because another thing that I was gauging from that as well was that moving on to the main topics of superhero time is the vendors over there definitely weren't feeling Gotchard either.
No cards?
They did not have the cards. They had the driver, but they themselves were like, you know what? I'm not the show in itself. And they're pretty much saying almost the same sentiments that like I'm having and several other people were saying, as well as like I'm more of a Rider fan than I am a Sentai fan. But the last few years, Sentai has just been giving me so much good content, while Rider has been.
I mean, this year's Rider is definitely written like a. This year's Sentai is definitely written like a Rider show. In ways.
Yeah. And it really does feel like a lot of people are just they're either riding hard on the Gotchard train just to be the one of the few that are like, I'm here, all aboard the Gotchard train. Or
I'm a believer. When it kicks up again, I'm right. I was there.
Yep. Or they're like me, that it's just like, look, I'm watching it. I'm still keeping up with it. I just can't review it on a weekly basis. But let's take that for me dropping the show entirely.
Yo, listen, I know you've stopped doing anything Kamen Rider based. No more Kamen Rider reviews.
I don't never talk about Kamen Rider anymore.
You're never gonna do it again.
What is a rider that rides Kamen?
He hates it now, everyone. It's never gonna happen again. We're never gonna see more Rider.
We had a 2-hour Discord call last night, and he said he hates Kamen Rider now.
Yeah, he told us himself that if he ever sees another Rider series, it'll be too soon.
Yeah,
I got a whole pillow that's shaped like Fize's ass cheeks, and I just cried into it for 2 hours straight, going like, "I want you to." He be
showed
good
us
again.
This call, the before and after,
just right there. Just that pillow doesn't exist, but maybe we can make it happen.
No,
if you believe hard enough,
no,
we can make it happen. No, so yeah, it's like. So we had two episodes of Gotchard. We're on episode 9 now. So we're at the point where we thought maybe things will start changing up. Maybe we'll start getting a lot of little lore bits, tidbits like that. No, it's still business as usual when it comes to Gotchard. We're still getting now they've gone to a Monster of the Tweak format. So they've gone back to like Heisei 2 standards of, a monster that lasts 2 episodes. But they're cranking out these forms way too goddamn much. Like 9 episodes in, how many forms have we gotten? Like 8 already?
Yes.
Too many to count.
And to the point that we're already repainting suits that we've already seen again.
Oh, we're also getting, but we also got that the some more bits about the evil faction. They want to make their own driver and stuff.
They made it. They made it last week. We saw it being manifested into, them actually working some alchemy to make a driver that will go to who knows who.
Hey, look, come on, that's progression in some way.
I guess
we know there's connection between the little one and Renee for some reason. I don't know why, but it's there.
She killed her daddy. Watch that be Renee's mom.
I hope not, for many reasons. One of them being a class 3 felony. That is, at least in the States.
They'll show that her mom is just an aged up version of her, but then some time shenanigans, some Detective Conan.
I don't need
level
Geets
stuff,
again.
and then she just becomes a little kid. So
I don't want
we go into Detective Conan.
We don't need to do this again.
Something like that. Something like that just ends up happening. But who's going to get that driver? You think that driver is going to end up falling into the...
Renee.
Yeah,
Yes.
Renee.
Yeah, that's the obvious answer.
Yeah, if it's not Renee, it's Spanner somehow, but I don't think they're going to make Spanner a writer this soon.
Well, I mean, so there's several rumors that we've gotten for Gotchard going forward. Because once again, like, look, we got some things these episodes, but not a whole lot. They've been still very cookie cutter. Like the best parts of last week's episode, I included in the thumbnail. It was that terrible CGI robot that still gave us Getter Beam, and Sabimaru throwing that card like a fucking G.
Yeah.
That was the best part. That was the best part of last week's episode.
I'm hoping Sabimaru becomes the secondary because I feel like there's a lot of untapped character there.
He could definitely end up like building his own driver.
Yeah.
Or stealing, that other one. Who knows?
He could, or he can turn to the dark side.
Exactly. And then actually probably get his own voice. Or
Just
keep
comes
talking
out
with the
with
tablet.
talking with extra bass in his voice, so much so that they got to give him Kamen Rider Legend suit actor so he can have them boys out there prominently to show that drop in bass.
Quick aside to Sabimaru though, I feel like out of either of the like classmates, like I enjoy his parts the most, especially like when you saw like they like Ichinose called him senpai. He was just like, you saw the spring in his step and how like he actually was just like, oh yeah, I'm a big shot now and all that stuff.
I would say in terms of emoting wise, he interests me the most.
I feel like he's got the most character potential out of all of them at the moment.
They're just not utilizing him. They're not just...
No, I know.
So that's there. We're just not letting them do anything with him.
Yeah, because you got the other one who's incredibly extroverted and has a lot of out there character, but we don't know much about them personally yet.
And then, I mean, so the funny thing about this latest episode, at least, is I joked around back when I was still doing the reviews that, they pegged this show as, you're still going into the school environment and things like that. But outside of the first episode, we rarely see them in actual class. Then we finally get it in this episode for like 15 seconds because they're going on a field trip. So it's just like, okay, what was the entire point of setting up a school like area if they're not going to utilize it?
So that they can prove that there's another school below the actual school that's an alchemy school
that has 4 students.
Exactly. Well, and whatever Spanner counts as
teacher's aide.
Yeah.
So it's okay. All right. And I mean, we did get some emoting from Renee this episode because we saw that during the haunted area, she actually let out some laughs. But that laughing was about as fake as the rest of her acting. It was still very stale. So they tried excusing her current character acting, saying that that's the direction that they wanted her to go in. But this would have been the time for her to like show off those acting chops of,
She is the youngest in the cast, though.
She's not the youngest in the cast.
Okay, sorry. She's the second youngest in the cast.
Yeah, and the youngest in the cast can outact her.
Exactly. I'm just mentioning that, like, she's kind of young as well. Maybe she's a little inexperienced. Give her some time.
But this is like, okay, here you can go ahead and laugh and just amp it up. And it was like the fakest. It was like Titus Final Fantasy X laughing.
There, I can defend the Titus laugh because he's forcing it. Yes. The thing is, he's forcing that laugh, and he's forcing that laugh because they're about to die.
Said. Yes,
they're about to die. Spoilers for Final Fantasy X. It's a fucking old game. You should have played it by now.
Should have, but you forget our demographic is young as fuck.
It's a good game.
The game was born when they came out. That came out when they bought. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. That game probably. I feel old now. Thank you. Thanks, Ash.
I'm
Look,
sorry.
I felt old making the video that I put out on YouTube since most of the stuff that I was talking about came out in like 03 to 05. And then we have people on the Discord saying, I was born in 08.
I look at that and I'm like, the anime I've seen by 08. Oh, God.
Yep. Instantly feel that age in
It's
you.
like my favorite shows came out in 08.
It's like that meme that I saw when you realized that 2004 was 20 years ago.
Ooh, stop hurting me.
Sorry.
I've been out of high school longer than some people have been alive. It's one of those. So
I've got 2 years left until I hit 30. Ooh.
Yep. It'll just hit you. It'll just hit you. But yeah, so Gotchard in general, yes, it's once again, we don't have too much, and I was watching the YouTube sphere in terms of what's triggering the algorithm now for Gotchard, and it is a lot of people like myself making videos essentially saying that they're either done with Gotchard, that they're kind of just meh on Gotchard, or the polar opposite, clickbaity titles, that Gotchard is peak tokusatsu.
I mean, it's definitely not peak Toku. It's not bad.
Not.
It's not bad. It's just not exciting.
If you just count the amount of forms that we've gotten in the span of 9 episodes and consider that amount of suitmation.
But we're getting your favorite form next time. As of date.
No, I got nothing on that.
All right.
But yeah,
discuss Legend after this.
But that's the thing that I've also noticed is whether or not people are keeping up with the Gotchard news or if they're just watching it. Because I was watching, just to call out another person that has been reviewing Gotchard, Dawson Writer was reviewing Gotchard. He put out a video saying that he's been kind of meh on it, but he's excited for Kamen Rider Legend being in the series. And I'm like, oh no, you don't even know that that's a standalone special and has nothing to do with the show.
I mean, maybe later he could be in the show, but not at the moment, and not for a while.
Yeah, exactly. This special that's coming out on Sunday has it's not an episode. It's its own thing.
Also,
so
I don't like Legend's suit.
The more I look at it, the more I don't like it because it has an off color between the undersuit and the armor. Like
exactly,
it's a different shade of gold.
The yellow, it feels too yellow for like the top, which is like a really decent gold.
Then I wonder if they're just gonna blur out his nutsack the entire time that he's on.
Oh, I saw that.
That man really needed like compression pants, something.
A dancer's belt, like that's what you got to wear when you're rocking a skin tight suit. Is a dancer's belt, something to keep them boys in line.
They were not in line. You could see everything.
Yeah. We're gonna get some interesting fight scenes if we didn't like fix that in post.
Oh god.
Oh my god. It depends on where the camera angles are. If they're down there, oh my god, they might one of those things might fly loose and hit the camera.
Also, we've gotten the characterization for him. I'm not a really big fan of it. I don't know. It's not really my thing.
Especially for a character they're just introducing now. It could work. Like, listen, the vibes that he gave me was like Tsurugi from Kabuto first introduction vibes.
Yes, and I like Tsurugi. I don't know if I'll like him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like Tsurugi existed within the context of a show. So
there's time for development.
Exactly.
Like he got
this
better.
This is an internet special.
Also, his gun sucks. His gun toy, it sucks. It's a bike.
I mean, some people like it. I don't like it. So
it's terrible.
But yeah, Ash, how have you been? Have you even watched Gotchard?
I am like 3 episodes behind. I'm requiring the episodes when I get King-Ohger, so that way I can sit down and watch it whenever I'm ready. But I haven't like watched the show yet. Like I haven't caught up on it.
All right, Toku Punk, buy that gun and add it to your Toku debt. I dare you. I want to see that in your debt.
But yeah, like it's just I don't know. Like I don't hate the show. I don't know. Maybe because despite I think we had this discussion like 3 weeks ago. Despite our ups and downs with Geats, they go from like Geats to Gotchard is so weird, so different. And I guess the two different tones of the show are a bit of a whiplash. Because I guess I was expecting something different when it came to Gotchard. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
This is legit the Reiwa tonal whiplash that we got from Kabuto to Den-O.
It just feels
Except Kabuto was good and Den-O was also
boring
good.
Until 25.
The thing is, it was definitely boring in the beginning, but it skewed. It completely changed demographics in terms of who they were pandering to, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the moms.
The moms and their little kids. Mostly the little kids and then their moms. Because the thing is, the moms didn't like Tendo because they were like, he's too much man for them. They were like, they can't tame that man. But they can tame Ryotaro. Yep.
I think, I don't know. I like Den-O. It picked up towards the later half for sure. And maybe Gotchard will do the same. I hope. But it's I feel like the show just has this blanket of like mellow over it where I don't think there's any like stakes. At least not yet. Which is weird because someone died in the first episode.
I mean, there's people that die almost every episode of Gotchard. We just don't care because they're non-people. They're literally characters made just for it. Like, did you forget the guy that got thrown off the bridge?
He was here. He was in this episode. That was the brother boyfriend guy.
That's not the same guy that got thrown off the bridge a couple episodes ago,
wasn't it?
No.
Oh,
he dead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, fine. He's dead. Okay, one death. One more death than I thought.
It's like the only thing from this episode was we got nice lady, good looking lady.
Yes.
Kajiki is trying to hit up, only to get disappointed by the end when she runs off.
Could be her brother. It could be her brother.
I don't know. I'm still like the logistics. This man got out of the back of a cop car, still with handcuffs, managed to get his hands either back on his phone or another phone, and texted her to the point that she was still able to know who it was, and then still ran to his location, even though it looked like he was using a payphone to send the text. It makes no goddamn sense. The logistics are terrible.
So I'm curious, how many times could that kid be brainwiped? Because it's
eventually shit's gonna stick. Eventually shit's gonna stick.
It's gotta do some damage at some point. That's what I was thinking.
Someone says, bet $100 that the hood guy is going to be essential later. Essential to the plot for next week's episode, but not towards the overall plot of Gotchard.
Maybe that's what he's betting you. Maybe he will be.
I mean, when you're doing a Monster of the Tweak arc, of course it's going to be essential towards what's going to happen next time. So,
yeah. Why are they hiding his face, though? I don't get it.
I mean, we kind of see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much on that aspect. But yeah, how many times can you memory wipe somebody in terms of this? Because it just seems like they're either the amount of lobotomizations that are going on to Kajiki and like
that's what I feel like there's some brain damage there eventually.
Yeah, eventually it's not going to work. He's just going to build up an immunity to it.
He's built up a tolerance, everyone.
Like every time he sees Hopper 1, Minato's just going to show up, wipe him, and he gets like 20 memory wipes a day. By the end, you're literally, by episode 20, they're going to have a shot of him just in a chair, just. They're going to be like, Kajiki, what's wrong?
You think that? I was thinking they're just going to tie him up with one of those like rings, like on like a spinner, just constantly wiping.
They're just they're just gonna just make his brain salad. It's just gonna be all drooping. You see some ooze come out the side.
Oh yeah. Oh, we can. Do you want to talk about the power up?
The Gold Dash form that actually.
The other one.
Which other one?
Well, the Gold Dash form, yes, that's pretty cool. There's the other like bulky form, the white one. And then there's the T-Rex card X sword thing. It's the device that's going to go on top of the Gotchard driver.
I saw that because all these sketches and shit are coming out. The only one that we saw a slight physical suit for was in the preview for the Gold Ash form that we'll see next week already. But I'm still like, I don't care. After getting my hands on the driver, I don't care about any attachments that go to it. I'm probably not going to buy any of the upgrade things for Gotchard.
You really hate that driver.
I don't like it. Like I said, it's my buyer's remorse of this year. I don't like the Gotcha driver. I spent the money, not feeling it.
Stupid brick.
So,
what would have been a price you would have been okay or happy with paying for that thing?
$35.
$35. That's damn. That's like a few years after the show's over price.
$35 with a pack of cards included.
With a pack of cards, you're asking too much.
Yep. Which, look, another thing, and I don't know if this is just me because of my lack of social media presence, because I can easily disconnect from social media, but I feel like just wandering the different Discord servers and things like that has like the hype for collecting the cards already died.
Not in your server, but maybe in other people.
I mean, in general, I just feel like not a lot of people are caring to, because look, they already kind of pseudo announced that there's rumors that there is a new phase that's going to end up coming out that's going to be mostly like all secret rares and above. And that's it.
Damn.
And at that point in time, it's just like, then what's the point of buying these booster boxes when that comes out? Because if that's all just going to be like SSRs and above with, a better chance of getting the parallels that people want, yes, I'll get that one.
Maybe it's for people who want to do like the 100% completion thing, like have one card in every version there could be.
But that's the thing. Announcing that kind of just instantly killed
Everyone
any
else
of my hype. Trying to buy any of the other booster boxes, because buying 2 booster boxes only to get one parallel within them, because of course it's not really as randomized as you thought it would be. It's kind of preset in terms of that. The entire mechanic is still the odds I don't like.
Is it always though like 2 to 1 parallel and then like 4 SRs? Isn't that always the thing, right?
Yeah, when it comes to buying a box in itself. So because of that, just knowing the odds, and I'm a guy who gets crazy into gambling. I'm like, those are bad odds. I don't like that.
What if
even I can't commit to those gambling odds?
What if the future box that's released is just like, yeah, we've increased the SR and and the parallels by 1. There's just 1 extra one.
No. The thing for me would be like, look, there's a chance that this box could have up to 2 parallels in it, or
0
up to 4.
Oh, okay.
Like things like that, because then people would be like, oh, higher chances, potentially higher chances. Bought.
What about like, say,
but knowing that every box is just going to be 1, and in that phase, there's 16 different parallels that you could get. So the amount of money spent in that aspect, I'm just like, no. Even though I'm foolish with my cash, sometimes I can't justify spending the money to get the cards that I want, knowing how shitty those odds are.
I mean, you can also just get singles, but the people have been price hacking this, price tracking.
There's that as well. Yes.
Because like I want that what do you call it? Not O's. What's his name? The Kabuto one a lot, and the Agito one, but I cannot like find them at like a reasonable price. The price they're asking for, I might as well like get half a box and roll the dice.
So yeah, those are just my thoughts when it comes to like the Gotchard gimmicks and things like that. Like, I don't know if it's going to end up picking up, or either way, Toei's making a lot of money. And the thing that I kind of hate with this is that they can release a gimmick that they know is going to print money, and that instantly justifies them having just an okay show. They don't have to try hard for the show. because either way, they're making more money with the gimmicks than the show itself. So, and that's kind of the bad thing about it, because that's why I said like Gotchard feels way more corporate than usual. Definitely, as we've been going up with this franchise, it has been skewing more towards being so gimmick focused. And this season is definitely the culmination of give us your money.
I mean, yeah, we've done like 8 different forms in the first couple episodes. We've got wave 1, wave 2, and we're approaching wave 3 cards. The secondaries, they've also increased the price of the Sotos now. The Sotos are now P-Bandai Sotos. They're insanely expensive now. They're no longer like an entry-level thing.
Yeah, I know Mark complains about those Soto prices and all that shit when it comes to all that. So
I don't know what they're doing over there.
now, if they were smart, if they wanted extra money, then all they got to do is that mech that we got during this latest episode of Gotchard, release a plamo of it. Just do that. Just release a plamo of that mech. People will buy it. Hell, I would probably buy it.
Would you now? I thought you hated it the way it looks.
Yes, but it's a robot.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I'll still buy it. It's a robot. It'll probably look better in physical than it does in CG.
Okay. Fair enough.
Look, guys, since Mark said that he was going to be an hour late, I was trying to like pad out some time talking about Gotchard to moving on to King-Ohger, just for the sake of Mark popping in when he pops in, eating something, most likely.
How do you think Toku... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, any speculations to what Mark is going to be eating when he hops on stream?
Pickles. Pickles or chips?
It's going to be noodles.
We'll
say noodles.
We'll see. I was thinking pickles or some form of chip. Perhaps even a sandwich, but no.
A sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's a rare one, but you never know. Roll the dice. But yeah, I was just curious. Like, what do you think they have to, like, because obviously they got to make money. Toei has to make money, but like, they also have to put out a good show, at least in my opinion, like to balance out like the product that they want to sell. So like, what do you think is like a good fix for them? Because I think what they did with like especially the Zero set, without telling everyone like, oh yeah, you get every copy of every card in the Zero set, and then people bought multiples of the Zero set thinking they're going to get different cards anyway. Like that was kind of like a bad move, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the thing. They put up the gimmicks for pre-order like ahead of time, which got a lot of people invested in buying the cards. Then they saw the show, and then they also looked at the amount of dupes that they had in their possession, and they were like, "What do I
really want this?
Like, how many more of these dupes?" Like, even at the convention that I was at, like, Calvin from the photo shoot was giving away all of their dupes for Gotchard. And I was like, no, I don't want them. I don't want these.
You should have brought, like, a stack of, like, signed dupes just so you could, like, hand them out to the fans.
What fans? I ain't got no fans.
You got fans.
No one likes Zio Agito.
Speaking of which, have you ever thought about giving out your signed dupes? Like, or not giving out, but, giving an incentive, like maybe like a Patreon tier for your signed dupes?
I don't know what I would do for Patreon if I ever did Patreon, so.
Little Patron.
Give them signed bottles of alcohol? What?
No, you know how bad
Patron bottles?
Yeah, you know how bad you'd get sued?
Patron on Patreon.
No, most of your audience is underage.
Well, if they're underage, then they can't even pay for Patreon anyway, so.
I mean, have you seen the spending habits of your underage audience?
Stop it. Unless you get a job. If you get a job,
it, right?
then good.
Like,
yes.
You've seen how badly they spend.
So Coupon cancel Zio.
Toku's canceling Zio? What?
I guess so. Man.
Stop spending your money. How about we start there?
Spend responsibly.
Wait, he'll pay for Zio OnlyFan?
I'll make fans, literal fans, like Donbrothers style fans.
They're actual fans.
Yep. each one with a different persona. Buy them all. Buy them all.
I mean, cards with like your personas on them would be kind of cool.
I've already made several. Already made several. That's the one thing about it. All right, so let's just move on to good show because King-Ohger definitely. We're back from the crossover, so we technically have 2 episodes going on since right after coming back, they find out that the nation of Shugadam absolutely hates the kings because it turns out that there's a new king on the block, Kamen. And on top of that, everybody loves Dugdead. Everybody loves Dugdead. Because they got everything. They got the jewelry from Ishibana. They got the foods from Tofu. Hat Guy is now Fat Guy. You know, everybody just living it up.
Damn, another fat one.
Just living it up. They extra bloated him, but they didn't bloat him up as bad as Sebastian that one episode. They got close. They got close.
Yeah.
They definitely could have burned off those calories chasing off the kings, but yeah, that was the big thing because Doug had said that you were gone for 6 months in the entire time that you were away.
Wait, it only took 6 months to overturn everything these kings have done for years for these people.
Which makes you wonder, especially since, you know, in the beginning of this new time skip arc, every other king was incarcerated for who knows how long.
2 years.
2 years.
Well, not the whole 2 years, but
not the whole 2 years. We don't know the exact duration that they were incarcerated for.
Hey, heck, it could have been like 8 months, 2 months.
But even then, nothing fell to ruin during that time. But now 6 months, they fall to ruin. Well, why is that? Because of course, Dugdead is giving everyone everything that they want in Shugadam.
I wonder why. Just Shugadam.
That's the original kingdom. That is the original kingdom. And he starts off this entire game of catch any of the kings, and you too will become a piece of royalty. So you continue getting anything you want just by catching one of those kings. And that's what they proceed to do in terms
they
of...
forgot about the meteors? And, you know, like
they did. They completely forgot about all that, and not to mention the fact that right before they left, they showed Dugdead on camera pinning all of the blame of everything going on him. But I guess, you know, they might have some memory wiping abilities, so we don't know.
Do they also forget the swarm of, like, locust shrew gods, you know, that caused the fear of the gods, that killed God knows how many of their innocent loved ones and civilians?
That's the logistics things of King-Ohger currently. That is what is dragging down several of the review scores for me is, yes, logistically, some of the shit you guys did in the past.
This ain't adding up, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm enjoying what I'm watching now, but going in with the connotations of what happened previously, everybody seems fucking dumb in terms of this show.
Are these the most gullible people ever? Like, or something? Like, seriously.
Yep. Well, Cloudy's got people at his house.
I do. The family's in.
Oh, nice.
My family.
I'm sick.
Aren't you always sick? So
no, this is a particularly bad case. Anyway, go on.
Great. No, so of course, during this entire span of things, they're trying to figure out the situations going on in their individual countries, but at the same time, Shugadam's the main focus, and they get. Of course, this is after they get thrown rocks at by their citizens, which was a great scene because as soon as they land, they're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and present ourselves to our subjects. Gets instantly rocks thrown at them. It was great. Especially Dubowski, like, was the only one who was just like, please stop. Please stop. Everybody else just getting got. Just getting absolutely got. But the main thing is, apparently everybody in Shugadam is perfectly fine. They like peace completely just out there ever since they left. It's almost like the world is a better place without them. And this was explained to Gira by I already forgot what's the name, Kagone, who's the little orphan girl.
Yeah, her. I forgot.
What's it? Kagane?
Kagane? Yeah.
I know it was something like that, but yeah, she explains to Gira that entire thing. He's just like, oh, then maybe this this new king's not that bad. Maybe you guys are better off, in this. And she's just like, don't be no bitch. The real Gira wouldn't do shit like this.
I mean, don't you remember like what Gira said about the kings in like the first episode of the time skip? He's just like, God, if you leave anything to those kings, just absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem.
Yes. Once again, like Gira suddenly seems like he's the responsible one in the bunch, but then after all this, it's the same thing as well. Like, some maybe things might be better off without you type thing. But of course, all that gets interrupted by one of the best suits in terms of enemy designs in King-Ohger, because we get the Fly Bugnarok back again. But this one's a different one. It's not the same one from before. It's a different one. He's gold this time. And he's a merchant, and he also wants in on some of that royalty. Because, of course, they can't not make the Bugnaroks the enemy. They have no problems beating up on Bugnarok grunts, because Jeremy ain't doing shit ever since he got dethroned.
The first time I thought it was like, okay, fine, they're grodies like zombies, but like now.
But every episode since, they just keep coming back to be the grunts and the enemies again. And it's like, why? All this semi-character growth for Jeremy and his people, and it's...
Don't forget, like, Death Narak and all that.
So
beautiful scenes.
Yeah, but now it's kind of like the Bugnaroks are back reserved to being the enemies. For no reason other than we just need an enemy
to kill
this episode.
Mindlessly. Yeah. And we can't have it to be the civilians.
Nope. That would have been better. I would have taken a bunch of just humans getting slashed up.
Imagine a ton of hat guys just going at them with shovels, just getting absolutely destroyed.
I'd be for it.
I would like that too, actually. It'd be a nice change of pace.
Some dynamic. Maybe all the prisoners from Rita's kingdom get loose and they got to beat them all down.
Yeah.
So it would have worked out fine. But of course, during all of that fighting, we get in that Yama made a second King Gaburi caliber, and let's Gira test it out because we got to sell them toys. So yeah, he tries it out, does a super, sends them flying back. But hey, we get that Vamula Mucho. But when the fly guy goes big, suddenly Gabutira is there. Well, Mini Tira is there, but it's also Gabutira. That's the thing. It's the same. It's the same Gabutira. So he left Prince, hopped on the ship, and is now on a whole different planet. Which kind of means that those that are left on Earth, they can't form a proper Gottai.
No, they cannot.
They cannot, because since they're missing Gabutira and they're missing the Plesion, because that's what Daigo and Uchi left in. They lost all of their main mechs.
They'll be fine, Zio. They got the power of music and love. They're fine.
But they ain't got no rhythm.
They do now. Remember, they came back to them.
These songs can play a musical instrument.
They did. It came back at the end. Remember the special? The music came back.
It came back because Himeno played the music.
Yes,
who's going to play the music for them now?
No, it's back now, Zio. It's back.
All right, sure. Let's see if they can sing on key next time.
They can. They'll be breakdancing when we get back to them.
No, because that's what they did in this episode of King-Ohger, because that, of course, is the Gottai that we got with Gabutira forming up the new Gottai, and it was dancing up a storm.
The Psalm battle.
And on more dancing than we ever got in Kyoryuger, because, of course, they made the mech completely CG, which at first I was kind of on, but I was like, look, it never danced like this in Kyoryuger because, of course, it couldn't. It's fucking Suitmation. But here, because it's all CG, we got dance battles galore. And it was
a little different, right?
What was that?
The proportions are a little different as well.
Yes, the proportions are completely different, especially since it doesn't use its own legs. Its legs becomes its arms. So it's kind of like reverse of the Gottai that we end up having in Kyoryuger. So different, but definitely breakdancing it up. It was great. It was good stuff.
Oh, I have a minor nitpick or complaint that I just realized. It's very minor, but it bugs me in a weird way. You remember how Rita just starts gathering up her prisoners? again,
Yes.
they had 6 months to leave. And we know it's easy to apparently leave Gokon. So you're telling me in those 6 months, none of those prisoners decided to just hightail it out and find home in a new other kingdom or something?
That kind of implies that technically, like, all of the jesters didn't start taking over Shugadam until that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning for 6 months, I guess Morphonia was just sleeping.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes. We haven't seen her yet. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. Says here, my issue with the crossover, why didn't they just play the song before? Apparently, it's been gone for years, but Himeno, a queen from another planet, learns it in 5 minutes. Well, so the thing is, the song itself was on the mural that Ian was excavating. That's where the actual musical sheet was on that mural. So Himeno, I guess she's got a photographic memory, remembers that musical notes that were on the mural, and she just plays them on the piano. So that's the difference that was there. I guess in Kyoryuger world, when they rob people of their bravery, they also rob them of their ability to read music sheets
and rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my my justification for that one. That's the way that I see that prospect of things.
That didn't actually bother me too much. I still think it holds up.
Now, I know there were some people complaining about Gira's fit and things like that when it came to like not understanding the holes that he had on his shirt. Explain those. So yeah. In terms of all that stuff, we finally get the big reveal of the person that is in charge of Shugadam. Also during that entire thing, someone named drops Suzume. Daboski like raises a stink about it. So he's just like, where did my sister go? And they're like, oh, likely in the castle, now that the castle's back. So after all the fighting's done, they go back to the castle where Suzume is being a straight up wench. Damn.
Yeah.
Straight up wench. Just completely tapping on Duga, all of that good stuff. And it's just like, silence, knave.
I really wanted her dead after I saw that. I'm not gonna lie.
She had the whole evil queen laugh and everything. And I was just like, you confuse me so much. I never know what side she's on. She plays the all sides bit better than Daboski.
It's really good, but at the same time, it also makes me like, sometimes I hate you, but sometimes you're great.
Mm-hmm. It's like I never know what her game is. I never understand what it is. And completely dropped Daboski down to the ground. Was just like, nope. I don't take questions from you. I'm the one that asks questions. But that's when we get the masked man himself, who doesn't even hold the bit longer than it needs to be, instantly rips that shit off and says he's Raculous. And I was like,
yeah. I just don't know.
Needed it.
Why'd they do the robotic voice? They really didn't have to. Or was there like a voice changer in the mask, maybe?
They probably did that just so everybody watching the episode is just like, it's not Raculous. Is it Raculous? There's no way. Like, as the episode was playing, I was like looking at the mouth and I was like, yeah, that's Raculous's teeth. That's his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy, all right.
I mean, the uniform itself was just like, yeah, that's Raculous.
And I think it's the chin that gives it away as well. Because that's why we all thought he was in the one that caused the Fury of the Gods.
He also cut his hair.
Yes, he also cut his hair, meaning that he, got a haircut in those 2 years in quarantine.
Yeah.
So, hey, it worked out. He revealed himself. He revealed himself and pretty much said that he finally managed to succeed in what he aimed to. All of the world has been conquered. You got Hillbill taking over Enkasopa. You got Goma taking over Gokon. You have Kamajim taking over Ishibana. And Brody taking over Tofu. Meanwhile, Moth Guy Anyone remember who that guy was?
Remember I don't even know what he does. Yeah.
Remember that other jester that we just, I don't know why they really forgot about this guy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if there's gonna be one that they're just gonna throw off to be cannon fodder to fight them in giant mech form, it's gonna be Moth Guy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because it does nothing. Literally, they did nothing with that. Even in the episode in which they brought back Grody, he was just there to break the ice. That was it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Meanwhile, logistically, once again, we go into the next episode where previously in that throne room, all of the kings were present during this grand revelation. But then all of a sudden, it's just Gira and Jeremy. And people say, hey, didn't you watch the beginning where you see all the shoe gods fly out from the castle? So you mean Raculus actually let these guys just go out? He's like, y'all can leave. Just leave me these two. Like that's a scene that, you know, it's 2 seconds of footage. It's literally would have been like, y'all can go check out your nations. I'll be here when you're done.
It don't matter.
That's it. That's all the scene I needed. Yep. But no, they don't even do that.
Just something quick to show, like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. I don't care.
Because all of a sudden, once again, it's just Gira and Jeremy in the throne room confronting Raculus in this entire aspect. And then if Raculus legit gave all the other kings ample time to just get away, Gira didn't take that chance, only for Jeremy to fake him out of there. So still, he could have just... That's the logistical issue that I have with the beginning of this episode. I was like, everybody was there. No, they're not. It makes no sense.
That's really weird. I didn't notice that until you pointed it out in your review.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's been a week since I watched that episode.
Maybe that's what they're counting on.
The thing is, when I watched it live, I didn't catch that. When I was doing my rewatch of it, I was like, wait, wasn't everybody in the room the previous episode? So I went back to the end of the last episode, and I was like, yes, as he's revealing himself, you see a shot of all the kings looking at him. Then you go into this episode, and it's just Gira and Jeremy.
And that would have been in the recap as well, when they do like the previously on King-Ohger.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So yeah, in that context of things, we have Yama going back to Enkasopa just to see that everybody completely just beating up all the computers that they can get their hands on. So that's a thing that happened in terms of, once again, timeline of events. I don't know what happened first in terms of like taking over, because the previous episode we see Enkasopa completely in semi-ruins on fire as Hillbill's taken over. Then in this episode, it's the people that are taking over everything themselves. But then later on in this episode, we see that Enkasopa's fine until they get brainwashed. So I don't get it. Once again, the logistics of the episode don't line up with what we saw the previous week. Because if they got brainwashed first by Hillbill, Enkasopa looked fine in the background. And then afterwards, they looked like they were in terror as all of Enkasopa was getting thrown into ruins. But then now they're, all practicing their kung fu as they're breaking all the computers. The logistics don't make sense.
But to the good part of the episode, though, the past.
Yeah, so, well, we still have more logistical shits to deal with. Because, of course, we've all gone to the kingdom of Jeremy's kingdom right underneath Gokon after things. Because that's where he takes Gira after escaping Shugadam. That's where Yama shows up all of a sudden after getting his face caved in. And that's also where the Boski shows up right after as well. Everybody just... Wow, the traveling between these kingdoms is just so seamless. It's great. The Boski's there because they're also playing the headhunt game in Tofu, where anybody who catches him gets to be a royal. And he's like, no, I'm going to dip out. So, yeah, that's where they talk about how Hillbill's, like, abilities work and things like that. In which case, Yama kind of deduces that it could just be the fact that everybody rocks earbuds and headphones in Enkasopa, so it was easy for things to go that way. So he tries taking a long shot, reaches out to Shiokata. Turns out Shiokata survived the entire manipulation because he wore earbuds this time. So that's a good thing. But it's a bad thing that at least Shiokata is better than how he used to be back when he was a delinquent, like peddling all kinds of counterfeit cash, and that's where we get the flashback.
And was a badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Shiokata in the day like kicked ass and took names. Like he even had that bass in his voice. You could hear it. It was great. It was great, and they just decided to beat up on Yama because he called them out for their counterfeit money. Because like, look, in the future, y'all don't even need that paper money. Because I'm funding crypto. Everything on the blockchain. Everything on the blockchain.
He's like, I got you. In the future, I got this.
They can't comprehend that shit. Nah, so they beat his ass anyway. Because apparently, after the previous king left Enkasopa just fell into ruin. We don't get a lot of context outside of that, but all of Enkasopa is nothing but street gangs and thugs. Even the police, what police? They were bought out by the gangs. It's a complete lawless country.
Which explains why they're all punks.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's where we start getting a lot more on Yama's backstory. And I can just say, like, Yama's got the best backstory out of this entire franchise. Like, this is great.
In a long time.
Definitely. Just getting his backstory. I love just finding out more about his backstory, how he's just so passionate about the technology aspects of it, how he envisions the future and all that stuff to work, and all that good stuff.
He's also got one of the better themes, like when he does the flashbacks. Like we heard it before, back when he was talking about his mentor, and then we heard it again this episode. It was just, love it.
Yep. No, so the entire thing is Hillbill is after the main computer of Enkasopa because it turns out that Yanma's computer actually powers all of Enkasopa. It is the server running everything. Everything that you see before you is essentially, I guess, virtual reality. It's augmented reality. Because it's all powered by his computer. His computer goes down, and Enkasopa goes back to being ruins, which kind of tells you that they didn't really rebuild shit. They literally just they just put like a cover over everything. That's essentially Enkasopa. It's as long as my computer's got power, everything looks pretty. Turn that power off, it goes back to being shit. So yeah, that's what everybody is after. That's the Hillbill request of things. So they go to Enkasopa. They just confront Hillbill directly. And that's where the Boski takes on Hillbill. And we find out that he doesn't get manipulated.
Man, straight up immune.
And I was like, what? What? Is he rocking earbuds? Like, what's going on? How are you immune to this stuff? I was thinking he was going to pull out earbuds himself. And he was essentially, long story short, you can't deceive a deceiver. He is a master manipulator to the point that he can't be manipulated. Is his excuse. And apparently some people are like, okay, I buy that. And I'm like, no, that makes no sense. You mean because you can manipulate so many other folks. When someone tries to manipulate you, you're instantly immune to it? I don't buy that shit. I do not buy that shit whatsoever.
I assume that applies to his sister as well, right?
I guess that means that she really does love Raculus.
Maybe.
So
I mean, I still don't know how that's going to go down because I cannot see Raculus surviving the end of the show.
Oh, no, I don't want Raculus surviving the end of the show.
Yeah. So that's going to be pretty awkward.
But, he's just built different. Yeah, that's essentially what the episode said, is the Boski's just built different.
The Boski's just that guy. You know what I mean?
So he can't get manipulated by Hillbill. And I was like, okay. Sure. But that's after we get a couple upskirt shots on Hillbill, so it's all right. Because they keep giving us that. They're like, yeah, we're going to keep showing you these up angle shots on Hillbill, even when he got
really
ties with her, and he just like rocks her over and then drops her.
That was the best.
Why is it with, why the bugs? Why the bug people? Come on, stop it.
Because they sexualize the bugs.
Stop falling for it.
You got to get on the staff. You got to get on their design team.
I can't.
I mean,
Tell the design team don't make sexy bugs.
Tell the design. I want
bagworm.
them to make sexy women. Stop with the sexy bugs.
It's a bagworm. I wouldn't want to fuck that.
Exactly.
Is it a bagworm? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
No, you just look. You put a box on it. You just put a box on it. You just put a box on the head, like I'm about to do the Cloudy here, and there you go. It's a butterface. You like everything but her face.
I don't like everything but her face. I don't like anything about it at all.
Her voice is annoying.
Exactly.
I fucking hate it.
She's also. I'm just not into it. Not in the slightest. So, going on.
Butterface.
No.
You like everything but her face.
No, I don't like anything about her at all.
Okay. Jeremy's mom, though.
Nope. Nothing. Doesn't do it for me, Zio. What the fuck?
All right, so I guess we're taking over the show now.
I guess
this is the top 10 bug people in King-Ohger we don't want to fuck.
Exactly. Welcome to the top 10 bugs in King-Ohger that we won't fuck. Number 1, Dagdid. I ain't touching that man.
Dagdid's not even a bug.
I thought he's a galactic insect, so doesn't it count?
I mean, he's a tardigrade, but not really. Anyway, moving on through all that stuff. Also, I forgot to mention, they tried calling other kings for help. Himeno apparently got her shit straightened out instantly.
If that's really
instantly straightened out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rita's just been gathering up the convicts.
Again, I still have a problem with that.
Also, TokuPunk says, I'm going to catch you in 4K here. I would fuck Hat Guy.
TokuPunk, what? Damn. All right. Good on you, TokuPunk. Nice.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you. I don't shame here. Unless it's bugs.
Now is it Hat Guy pre getting spoiled by Doug Dead or post getting spoiled by Doug Dead? Because I gotta know.
Like,
you like Big Daddy or you like Bigum's daddy?
Like, is there something about the roundness you just prefer? Perhaps.
He likes the extra rice cake.
He said pre. Okay.
Pre.
He doesn't like the rice cake form.
Yeah, if it's post, at least Hat Guy's got money to spend on you.
Exactly.
That's true. Sugar daddy.
He got money before too, because he was taking a woman out on a date. Didn't work out though.
Yeah, that's true.
It didn't work out. So yeah, Rita went ahead and caught all the convicts that were let loose from there, so they couldn't do anything. I guess the convicts didn't know the logistics, how everybody else traveled through the country to other countries. So they were still stuck in Gokon.
They had 6 months to figure something out.
I'm guessing they couldn't walk through the snow. Like, they got lost. They kept going around the snow.
We saw people in Enkasopa going literally like a revolving door from Enkasopa to Gokon.
They built the bridge and then they tore it down.
No.
Well, I guess for these prisoners, they just reached the edge of the water and they were like, nope.
It's cold.
Not doing it. Can't do it. Nah.
Fair. All right, whatever.
Yep. So besides all that, yes, we got some peak moments in this one. We did end up getting the cameo of Doggy Kruger's voice actor in this with apparently it was mentioned that the little dog piece that he was rocking on his shoulder was a BDSM dog headpiece thing. And I'm like, first of all, whoever called that out, you apparently knew this ahead of time. So
I don't want to know anything about that guy's king.
I was like, I knew nothing of this, but the fact that someone called that out and was just like, oh yeah, there's an Amazon listing for this BDSM dog choker mask thing. I'm like,
how do you know?
No one knew about that until you called it out. So what's that saying about you, my guy? That you knew that. You were like, I know that mask. I know that mask. I'm going to tell everybody that I know that
Don't expose them, Zio. Don't expose them, please.
I'm just saying, no one's calling out that person for like, wait, how'd you know that mask to begin with?
No king shame.
No king shaming.
No king shame. We don't do that here. Unless it's bugs.
But not the dogs. Okay.
It's not an actual dog.
I guess even Cloudy's like, I got that dog in me, so I'm all right. You got that dog in him.
Jesus Christ. Can we move on to the episode? Also, it's been like way over an hour. Mark should be here right now.
Mark's being hella late.
Yeah.
He was just like, yeah, I'll be late. I'll be there in an hour. Shows up as the stream is ending.
Oh, he's just going to show up very much at
He's going to show up just to promote his stuff and then dip out. You'll catch him on
jar of pickles.
Gonna catch him on Tokusatsu Hangover tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, during this entire portion, we see that Yama's getting beat up with a bat. With you get that got that classic bat with all the nails on him, but I don't see any damage on Yama in terms of that extent. But he apparently got beaten up by it because the way that this Kingpin guy, I forgot what his actual name is because I don't think it gets actually mentioned in the show. I know it's on the Sentai wiki, but I didn't see it actually mentioned in the terms of the episode. Is that look, because of everything Yama's doing, he's either got to stop what he's doing or he's got to join their crew and use them to like continue manipulating the cash flow. But he's like, once again, he's hyping up crypto. He's hyping up Suji. He's hyping up crypto. He's like, look, physical money, way of the past. I envision a future in which there is no physical cash constraints whatsoever.
Listen, Himina coin.
O's coin.
O's coin? Oh.
O's coin. O's coin. Biggest investment. It looks physical now, but this is fake. See, it's gone. It's gone.
Yep. Not real at all.
No, but him taking all those licks and standing up to Suji, Shiokada's just like, oh my god, you're the coolest guy ever.
Jesus Christ, that voice crack.
Yeah, he just instantly just like loses it. Just like testicles recede in. He's just like
second puberty all over again.
You're so badass, my guy. I swear. Let's go. Team Yanma. So
Jesus Christ.
So that's essentially how that ends up going. Is Shiokada just becomes the biggest Yanma simp after that. It's like, I will follow you to the end. Oh wait, I will follow you to the ends of the earth.
This may sound weird, but the more I get about his backstory, the more it fleshes out Yama better. The more I get about the other kings' backstories, except Jeremy's for some odd reason, and we haven't gotten much of what's his name's I keep forgetting his name, Deboski's yet. But the other two, being Rita and Himino, when I learn more about their past, I get more confused. I'm not gonna lie.
We might end up getting more on Himino the next episode, but Yama's got the most fleshed out backstory.
Yeah.
And Gira's got the least fleshed out backstory.
We don't even know what happened 15 years ago. We don't know why he left, why he stayed, gone.
Yeah.
We can get to that until after once we're done with these episode portions. Once again, we're waiting for the Mark to show up. Will Mark show up on this stream? Probably not.
Listen, start a poll in the audience.
Will Mark show up?
Me going into it. I'm not.
Okay, never mind. Don't worry.
This might be our shortest stream ever, and Mark doesn't show up.
Okay, let me make this.
What do you mean? This was already our shortest stream. It ended 58 seconds in.
Oh yeah,
we're not even live right now.
Oh, that's right. We had the shortest stream ever. We didn't even get to the us.
We're not even live right now. All of this is a fantasy. It's a fever dream.
In chat,
I'm in bed right now.
I'm just gonna ask if Mark's gonna show up on time. By the end of the stream, 1. If not, 2. I just want to see it.
1s and 2s. Let's go. Why aren't you going with the theme of this episode, where Yama was talking about 0s and 1s?
Okay, sorry. 0, yes. 1, no. Okay.
Okay. You're still gonna
now
get
there's
twos.
like a
Look at all the
delay.
twos. Yeah, see, now it's
There's
confusing.
a delay. There's a little delay. I know. You should have said something earlier. There we go. There we go. There's the zeros. There's the zeros. 0s and 1s. There we go.
Now, which one's
So
yes,
that's a lot of yeses, but there's also a decent bit of no's too. Why the hell are you still typing 2 orb? I see you out there.
See,
There's no room for quirkiness here.
out here trying to break out the entire binary chain.
Damn.
0,
thing I
you
know,
guys
we're
will
gonna
keep
put
it
in a
going.
7.
Yes, a stream in which we got nothing to talk about will end up being our longest stream ever.
No, we can't. Actually, we came close last time because we just started going off about toys, right?
We did, in a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible.
There's not much toys to talk about for this week.
There's not. I even was browsing Toku Lectables before even getting on the stream just to see if I was going to spend money, and no money was spent.
It's all cards. It sucks.
Yeah.
So
I want to buy
Not that
cards.
Like I'm still trying to find some like maybe Karuja stuff, but there's not much I can buy.
now, continuing on with the episode, because Shiokata actually did end up successfully getting brainwashed by Hillbill when he takes off the earplugs after their fight, being present by, well, Yama shows up. And he's just like, oh, Yama, you're here. And not knowing that Hillbill's right behind him. And it's just like, no, you're going to break that master computer. And he falls for the entire thing. Except because of the entire flashback that we saw. And his voice just like completely being all about Yama's dick.
Stop that.
He decides to fight it back by getting the entire... Oh, my God. He's
my God! The zeros won. The zeros won.
I'm here,
summoned.
dude.
That was not a joke. I didn't
There's
mean
so much
to
stuff
make
going
a
on.
coding joke there, but the zeros won.
I've had your stream up on my phone, like keeping track, and I'm like, oh, jumping around, and then I'm like,
Oh, you saw 57 seconds?
Yeah, it died the first
there's a
time.
couple. There's a no, yeah, I saw that, and then I was like, do I get a refresh? Did it like what happened?
Yeah.
I was like, did he block me?
You
Like,
got
I was
banned.
like, that's not how YouTube works.
Now, I see you're drinking something. Are you eating anything?
No, I wish.
Damn, I bet it was going to be chips or pickles or something.
Everybody was placing
pickle
bets.
Yeah, pickle chips would have. I
I
would
could
have
go
won.
grab
That.
food. No, I'm not hungry. Like I'm just tired.
Oh,
But I'm
no,
here.
Well,
fair enough.
great. We were talking about, well, we're finishing up the recap for King-Ohger, so yeah, Shiokata gave me the biggest death flags ever for this entire season at this point, because of course he's wearing the truth-telling machine to try and snap himself out of the entire thing. He's getting shocked constantly. And the thing is, the first time that I watched this, I watched it live on stream on Twitch, because I had just come back from the convention, so I did not watch any of the episode. And I was like, are they going to kill this man? Are they legit about to kill this man? But then they didn't, because Yama went ahead and cut up the master computer right when it looked like Shiokata was just going to take that final bullet. And with that, Enkasopa's back to 0. The entire augmented reality of the world is gone. And we move on from there. Honestly, look, Yama gets some of the best episodes. Like I said, he's probably my favorite blue in Sentai.
He's definitely one of the best blues.
Yeah.
Because
Since his episode, this debut episode, like that was.
That's the thing. His first episode was great. Every time we get a Yama focused episode, it's been great. All of them have
I mean,
been
episode
good.
2 was just all Yama. It was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Or even
That one-
episode 17.
Oh yeah,
But episode 2 had that nice. That's when we got the King-Ohger fight scene that was like really up in there with his theme song playing and all that shit. No King-Ohger this week. It seems like they're really toning down the amount of King-Ohger that we're getting in the show now, unless it's a monumental fight, such as Jeremy's mom or
17 was the Reckless
why?
invasion, right?
Yeah. That's when Gira revealed that he was alive. The Digorg episode.
Yep.
Yeah. The Digorg, who was very, very underwhelming.
So yeah, what are your thoughts? Like King-Ohger still continues to be good. Like I said, the only issues that I've been having recently have been mainly like logistical things, and like Deboski just being that guy. They just can't get manipulated by Hillbill because he is that deceiver guy already, so he can get away with it. So that's been some of the things as we get further into this show. Some of the things that have happened previously starts weighing down on how I see some of these episodes. Like a lot of people still continue being that it's peak. Yes, it's good, but there's still other things such as that I've mentioned before that will drag down a score. Not to say that an A is bad, but some people still treat an A as bad. I know before I was saying people are shitting on me for B's. Now they're shitting on me for A's.
Well, that's because you had the show all the way at like S+, triple max, thirst,
exactly.
Mega Sononi,
And those were some
something
really
or other.
all of the Sononis.
Yes. And then those were obviously really good episodes, but like, sometimes shows, drags down every now and again. It's fine. I mean, all the problems of the show are like some minor nitpicks with like a little bit of consistencies here and there, but doesn't mean it's bad. It just means don't take it under the lens of a microscope, or some things won't hold up as well.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to criticize the things you like.
Exactly.
How many episodes do we have left? Like, does it go to 50?
About 14.
Yeah.
So we still
Yeah,
have-
14, 15, yeah.
They were getting
I'm just trying to
48,
get
right?
from a pacing standpoint, because this is the longest I've watched a weekly airing Sentai. I'm just like, how many more episodes we got left? Because
We got until 48, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like 48, 49. We don't have a definitive start date on Boom Boomger
Who
yet.
knows?
So
But once
I'm
we
not
do,
saying
we'll
that.
probably know.
I
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, on the point of like it's okay to criticize things you like. I'm just gonna say this: great movies that I've enjoyed and shows that I love have like gaping plot holes. I've ignored them because it's just too good. I just don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, remember all the Discord talks? Like, I was hyping up Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, which is like arguably the worst movie ever made, and it's
still enjoyable.
It's great.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's good.
So
I just want to clarify that for like a lot of people who may think that these nitpicks mean we don't like the show. We do like it, in spite of it.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like that's what comes with objective criticism. We can be gushing about an episode all day, every day. And we've done that. We have done that before. But there are some times in which there are things that, may bother some of us more than others, or vice versa. That happens. It's what happens when you're in this space. It's not. If you just like people being positive about every kind of show ever, then I think either that person needs to get reevaluated, or you need to really just listen to other folks from time to time, because not everything is going to be a 10 out of 10.
Except that body swap episode. That's like masterclass.
Oh, that was great. That was great.
Yeah.
That's up there with Jeremy's mom's episode. Like, peak.
No, I'd say
Rewatch
that
it,
episode.
sound off.
I'd say that episode's better than the Jeremy's mom episode.
Oh, thank you. Someone who makes sense.
I mean, you're not wrong. It is better than the Jeremy's mom episode. But then,
Shut up.
Shut up. Jeremy's mom though.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
Killing me. I'm already sick.
they both exist within their own dichotomy. So it's whatever.
Happens.
Jeremy's mom lives rent free in my mind.
I know.
Basically, yeah.
But yeah, thoughts on these last 2 weeks of King-Ohger when it comes to things, the whole, 6 months, everybody's taking over shit. You get King Raculus back again, even though at the beginning of this episode, he's already like, I'm going to lick them boots type things.
I barely paid attention, watched the episode because I talked to you, VC. I thought this past weekend was the break, but because all the subs went out so late, so I didn't actually get the subs or anything until Tuesday, Wednesday, and then
it's because even the fan sub community is sleeping on Gotchard.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh yeah, no, it's like what was it for 7 or 7:30 p.m. for you on a Sunday?" Whereas before we were getting those at 11 p.m. for me on a Saturday night.
Mhm.
So
I didn't get King-Ohger subs until what was it, Monday? Like
It was late. for
Monday
me.
when I got home. Yeah, Monday, like, because I waited like till like dinner time on Sunday is usually when I download it. If it's not in before I go to bed, then I just go to bed and then I go to work the next day. And then it wasn't uploaded until I went to work that day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, when I came back from the convention on Sunday, the King-Ohger subs
Mhm.
were already up, so I was like, bet, gonna watch them. But first, we've got a super chat.
Rakidic.
From Kari Bomir. We got, I think now they're Rakadik. Rakadik? Is that the name we're using
It's
now?
ridiculous, by the way. It's just
It is ridiculous, but we'll go with Rakadik.
Ridiculous.
It is back. We may get the Gira backstory to Raculus and why he turned on Gira. This is something that I know Cloudy and I have discussed before, where we feel, given the trajectory of King-Ohger, I feel what could retroactively kill King-Ohger for me when we end the series is if we never get a proper explainer to what happened to Gira during, like, when he was a kid, when he left being royalty to when he showed up in the first episode. If they never explained that, same thing with like the Kuogan Soul. We know, we've seen it. But if they just never explain it, you're just supposed to like just accept it. That's gonna retroactively make the show bad for me.
I'm gonna be very upset. I don't even care if they go back and do it in a special. I need it like main show. Like, please.
So that's the thing. If they never expand on Gira's backstory or the lead up to what came into that first episode, that's gonna suck. I need that.
Yeah.
Once I get that, I will be satisfied in terms of that portion. But Gira is the most underdeveloped when it comes to backstory.
Yeah, that's like a major plot hole too. That's not something like minor either. It's not like, you know, some of the issues about Geats with plot holes. This is like a major character developing story that's just not
This is
present.
a leading factor of the plot that we just don't have an answer for.
Yeah. This is our main character.
Yep.
And for how much they hyped it, we did not. Oh, sorry. There's an
imagine they waited until the King-Ohger X Donbrothers to finally explain Gira's backstory. It turns out that the backstory is, as a child, he was shipped off by Raculus, and then Taro picked him up and raised him for a little bit, and then just dropped him back off. It was like, oh, I'm sorry, you were sent to the wrong planet. I don't even know how I got here, but there you go.
I don't think we touched on this, but you know, for something as big as the Fury of the Gods, it got half an episode's of attention. Like
that was my issue with the Grody episode. That was my entire issue with the Grody episode, was the fact that we've been building up Fury of the Gods all season, only to it get brushed under the rug with one episode.
And that was even the most shocking thing that happened in the episode. God rest in peace and soul and all that stuff. Jeremy's mom at the end was probably the most shocking thing that came out of that.
But once again, that was something that was teased in the beginning of the episode with the lead up to the intro.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I always want to like this fear of the Gods thing is something that affects every kingdom. Why was it in a Himino Rita episode and it was barely half of the episode? Like, it was brushed upon. It's like there's so many things that happened 15 years ago that they really need to elaborate. And I hope that maybe when they fight Grody proper, we'll get that. I hope.
Maybe. Like I said, that's still my weakest portion of that entire Grody episode. What dragged it down was just that, because I've been like living on the lore of the Fury of the Gods. That's been my second arc of this story, like explainer that I've been waiting for, and I got it, and I was like, that's it.
I feel like they just like splashed you in the face with like, it's like they promised you some really good soda, and then it's like, here, splashed you in the face with it. There you go.
They promised me like the heaviest alcoholic drink I've ever had that still tasted good, and then they give me like a Modelo.
Wait, which one? Which kind?
Modelo Light. The cactus water one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's like, what is this? A 3% alcohol? I hate you.
I don't think it's 3.
Was that 6 proof?
Good analogy, though.
It's just not great. But yeah, despite that, again, still very good show. Even that episode wasn't that bad. It wasn't
absolutely.
bad.
Yeah.
It's just, why are we doing it like this? Is my only question.
I mean, I don't know. I can't explain why.
Yeah. Also, there's got to be something more to Gear's backstory. Otherwise, why didn't it happen when he fought Raculus the first time?
Like, I don't know. Like I said before, like on other streams when we were talking about it, like the previous one where we had like the Rackley's like hit like secrets out. Like we should have had something for like Gira for that too.
Yeah.
Like we should have had more tie and stuff because that was really good.
Yep.
And I liked it.
Except for the last
But
episode.
Gear,
Yeah.
but Gear is the main character. I wouldn't want his backstory.
In a special.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
better
why-
than if they don't do it at all, though.
That's why
It's
if
still
it
better if it doesn't
retroactively,
happen.
if it retroactively happens in a special outside of the main series, I'm gonna be pissed because it's like, even if we get it.
Well, we got 2 super chats now. Let's see what we got here.
Oh,
Musa was second for $5. You think we'll get a Raculus special based on his restoration and the 6 months of when he came back to power? You know, I would like that. I would definitely like that.
Maybe.
The thing is, I just wouldn't want it as spread out as the current Raculus specials were, because it was like what, a month between each,
Yeah,
and it was
it was, like,
only
almost
like
3
10
weeks.
minutes.
at that point, well, the show will be over by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also each episode, what technically you combine all 3 together, it was 1 episode.
Yeah.
That should have been something that they technically should have done, like what Gotchard is doing this weekend. They're off for sports, and they're doing this Legend special. That's when they should have given us like a Raculus special, is during the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have liked that just to see the proper explainer, especially given that right after Raculus gets re-brought into the game, they toss him back out again to focus on all these other characters, and we'll circle back to him once we circle back to him.
Exactly.
So it just seems to be the prospect of King-Ohger that I've noticed, and I've been calling out in my reviews, that it's more of a globe-trotting series. Almost, they're constantly going from one continent to the other, back and forth, like their planet is the size of Pluto or something. That's not a planet.
It
It's
is
not
still
a
to
planet.
me. It's a
It's
planet
not a
to me.
planet. Neil deGrasse Tyson
Oh,
said it's not, so
I don't care what he
You
says.
should probably preference this before you get some hate, Zio. Still good show. Very good show. Just
Oh, yeah, it's definitely still a good show.
yes, once again, people are acting like I am hating on King-Ohger for giving it A's. Like I am the ultimate hater of. Look, I'm still reviewing this show.
listen,
You
he
gave
hasn't
Beats
dropped
an
this
A
like
once
he
and
dropped
they said you
Ryder.
hated it.
All of Ryder. Never again.
Yes, because apparently everybody who's not reviewing Gotchard on a weekly basis hates Kamen Rider now. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's just not giving us shit to talk about.
Mr.
already
Fies,
went
he thinks it's garbage now.
Yeah.
through this. Next up, from blah blah something.
I like this one. What is this? What is this matchup?
This is the new Deca Red upgrade form sound
Really? Oh,
from the new special that's not even out yet.
I like it. This is pretty nice.
Yeah, the second they dropped that and I saw it on YouTube, I'm like, I'm ripping that, putting that shit on my soundboard. It's too good.
Nice.
It's too good. Let's see. I remember back when everyone was worried and thinking that King-Ohger was going to be a super red-centered Sentai, and now look at where we are. You're right.
Yeah. We want more red. We need to know.
Yeah, we need some red
Yeah.
context.
Yeah, exactly. Like-
we got none of that.
Although I guess you can't call him a red anymore. He's more like the gold now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's become the Champagne Ranger of the season.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was red once. Now any opportunity you see him, he's gonna pull out that crown.
He's going gold. No
The
matter
only
what.
time he pulled out red was just because he was like, "Oh, you're red, Prince." Okay. I guess I'll do it.
wait, no, he didn't have it. That's why. It was back on Sugadam, wasn't it? Remember? Because that's why.
Suddenly. So this is the funny thing about, once again, logistics of things, because he was gold when he was fighting Doug Dead, suddenly gets thrown into like Other Earth. Then suddenly the lance and the crown are with the castle with Suzume, which yeah, that makes no fucking sense. Once again, logistics don't fucking make sense.
Nope.
So makes no sense.
Wait, the
But
crowd.
we
Wait, the
need-
crowd and the. Wait, Didn't he have to use the crown and the thing to sort of pilot the ship back to get there?
Yes, when Suzume found it and she put it in the ship went off to them.
Autopilot.
And then they gave the
Yeah,
crown and the spear back to Gira. And then Gira used it to get them back here.
Yep.
Yeah, but he had to land the ship, so I guess he maybe left it behind. I don't know.
No, he still has it.
Let me
Okay.
see. Someone complaining that Donbrothers gets a pass. Well, the thing is, so Donbrothers gets structured differently. And that's the thing. That's the thing that I've explained multiple times because I have people ask me time to time, do you think the way that King-Ohger's ending, will you think it's better than Donbrothers? Because Donbrothers is currently my favorite season. I'm like, if they do give us Gira's backstory and things like that, then it'll be probably as good as Donbrothers, but on a different note. They both hit different sides.
They're two different kinds of shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't judge one based on the other because they're built completely differently.
I know this
Donbrothers from the beginning told us it was going to be ass pulls galore. That's the entire thing. So you knew that when they were going to pull out power-ups, it was always going to be straight out their ass because they were doing that from episode 1. Non-stop. But the thing is, in other shows that they try taking themselves a little bit more seriously, it's not ass pulls galore. Once again, this is why I called out Geet for pulling out the ass pulls that it did, because they went in with a serious tone. They went in with a structure. They went in with a narrative. They went in with rules. We got rules at the end of every goddamn episode.
Which then got broken.
Yes.
It got changed. They retconned some rules.
Yeah.
And that's where I start having issues is the shows themselves within the early context of the shows have to give me the preface in which I'm going to judge the show going into the future, how it's going to go. Donbrothers just said, the fuck are the rules? What the fuck are the standards? Shit all over that shit. We cooking tonight.
Yeah.
And
King-Ohger is just coming out here with great narrative.
exactly.
Yeah.
King-Ohger came out with narrative. It came out with so they're both really amazing shows in their own regards. Completely
Now that
polar opposites in certain spectrums.
what like a lot of people understand, like there's a reason why in certain cases you can't compare two Rider shows, just like you can't compare two Sentai shows. Like, yes, they're Sentai as an overarching genre, but they're not the same medium and they don't have like the same story structure as a different Sentai you may have experienced. So you can't really you can't always compare the shows like to each other.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's also does a disservice to each show because it's like, this show was funnier than this show, but this show had better action, was more serious, and it's like, yeah, because this one was a comedy, this one was more of a serious adventure.
And two very different creative minds and writers.
100%.
And actually, Antboy over here says it good. Some of the stuff in Donbrothers not being explained was part of the bit for King-Ohger. They set stuff up for investment with not much explanation. That's exactly, I wholeheartedly agree.
Exactly. We
You
still
get
need to
invested
get
in some of these. When you have a narrative storyline, you get invested in what's being presented to you. So if you don't have a proper explainer for that investment, then it kind of feels flat.
the Don Bros told you from the very beginning, crazy shit's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Deal with it.
Yep. You're gonna predict shit, and I'm gonna laugh in your face for you predicting shit. Almost every time I start predicting shit in my Down Bros reviews, that by the next week it aged like milk because they just completely shat on it. And
But it was also really good.
yeah, and I just was enjoying it. I was just like, you know what? I keep predicting shit. I'm still wrong on it, but this shit is hilarious, and I'm still enjoying the ride I am in.
Exactly.
Remember when everyone thought that Kaido was in the tree?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Red herrings like that.
And again, both these shows are probably going to be really good and some of the best Sentai we've had to date. Honestly, like if Sentai keeps going this way, oh boy,
they really just hit completely different notes, and that's the thing. It's like one show may be for one set of folks, the other show might be for the other set of folks, and then there's those of us that are just completely psychotic that love both shows.
Exactly. And then if you want to compare shows, you probably are going to get a kick out of comparing Boom Boonger to Die Ranger.
Yeah.
It's probably it because it's kind of like
Really? I haven't looked at the leaks for Boonerja.
I didn't even know there were any.
There's not many. I'm just saying, like, it's because Boom Boonger is kind of like a spiritual successor to Die Ranger, apparently. So it's like,
Well, the thing is,
Ooh.
just getting done with Geki Ranger, that feels like the proper like after watching Geki Ranger for the second time recently, I'm like, this is
it's so good.
this is just newer era like Die Ranger, and I feel that they did it better. I actually ended up enjoying Geki Ranger my second time more than I like Die Ranger.
Yeah.
So
I need
So
to watch.
that is something just to
Geki.
be on the lookout for any of you who have seen Die Ranger. Apparently, it's going to be a lot of similarities with Boom Boonger.
I like Die Ranger.
It is good. Die Ranger is great.
I'm still a couple episodes in the live man, and once that's done, I'm gonna check out this Geki.
Also,
Geki Ranger has some comedic bits that are definitely like, oh my god, this is fever dream pitch type things.
remember episode 1 with the Renchi literally diving headfirst into the cars?
Oh my god, there are certain points in there, especially like once they introduce like the old mentors, and I'd forgotten this because the only time that I had watched it was back when it first aired. Was that one of the mentors, Bat Lee, his voice actor is the same voice for Char Aznavour in original Mobile Suit Gundam. Like the second I heard his voice, I was like,
Oh,
Char.
I know this voice. I know this voice so much. And then I was just like, it's Char. It's Char.
You should have
Great.
been in a mech. Damn. Missed opportunity. But yeah, actually, because Ash, you've been going down the Sentai rabbit hole recently. You just finished. Yeah, give Geki Ranger a shot next. You will not disappoint.
I might. I haven't seen much of Jungle Fury, so I won't have much to compare with.
If you like your martial arts based stuff, definitely good.
Yeah, they're similar,
the
but
man,
they're good they hit different notes, in my opinion.
They do,
right?
They do, especially when they get into
you seen Jungle Fury. Damn.
The 7 Venoms. Ooh, 7 Venoms are so good, especially since it does play into the whole ancient Kurosawa films of them. Like it's good shit. So yeah,
I'm on board for that.
I would say, Jungle Fury is a pretty good ride as well. The big differences are in how they end.
Geki Ranger also does have little plot holes. You're right, Muso Muteki. The 5 Venoms, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
I'm drinking, so.
And they're still good, and it's still good despite that.
So
it also has.
So back onto the King-Ohger train. Obviously, next episode we're taking a break next week. So the week after that is where we get the Himeno focused episode where she gets introduced to the new man in her life, guy that just shows up out of nowhere.
Guy who looks like Nia from Death Note.
Yeah.
I was thinking of what's his face from Q Ranger, Silver.
Oh yeah.
You mean Naga?
Yes. Every time they were on those water jets and they had to blur out his face because it wasn't him. But yeah, that was the first vibes that I got when I just saw that look to it. But yeah, we get that, and then Rita just suddenly being there. It seems like they're definitely trying to send a message with the two of them sitting together in certain shots. But maybe that they're trying to build up the R34 on that one. So we'll see.
I really think they're like trying to get the audience to ship them a little bit.
Probably. Which I'm like, look, if there was anybody that was going to ship this season, it would have been Yanma and Himeno because we knew that he had the crush on her.
Yeah.
We got that context really, really early on.
Plus, look, he's blonde now. You know.
Yeah. He has more yellow in his entire fit, so I would like that was our speculation when we saw the poster.
Yeah, I thought they were like gonna be hinting at like, oh, maybe they're together now after 2 years. Who knows?
No, it turns out they were just in prison together.
Yeah.
Which still, everybody was in prison together.
Yeah.
Some shit be going down in prison.
I've seen that video.
Oz. I've seen Oz.
Oh my god. You can't unsee Oz.
You can't unsee Oz.
Oh right, Mark. Did you have any thoughts on Gotchard? Well, we didn't get your opinion on that yet.
Dude, like it's not bad. It's a slow burn still, so it's kind of like giving it.
We're warming up.
But this is the thing. So Gotchard is now, I can't believe it, but 9 episodes in already.
Wow.
Exactly. But by around
I gotta
this
do
point,
a video in one more episode. I got to do a video then because I said I'd do 10.
like by this point in time, that's when Blade started off with slow burn, but by this point in time, that's when it started like amping things up and getting people invested. Right now, I'm not.
Hey,
I'm still watching it. I'm still.
It took 25 episodes for Deno, Zio.
Yeah, and Deno, I was like, I'm watching this. So
exactly, it's
No, I'm still optimistic for Gotchard. Honestly, I really am. I like Heisei Phase 1, so I'm used to the slow burns, So I'm okay with if by episode 10 or 11 it does start to pick up. It's just where it goes from there and what pacing it keeps going with. Because it could pick up, episode 10, 11, 12, and then it could fall off again around 17, 18. So it's like where it goes once it really picks up and hits its stride is what I'm more concerned about.
If there was a show that I felt was in desperate need of a time skip, it's Gotchard.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the school element, they're not even utilizing it. Just skip it.
That's still my only complaint. That's still my only complaint is the school element of it not being there at all.
So bring them to college?
If they can just do a 2-year time skip and just get them out of the Alchemist Academy, out of school and all that shit, and just break out of that mold for something, then maybe they'll have something there. Because right now, like the school theme on both settings, both the regular high school theme and the Alchemist Academy,
it's a room.
Set pieces that just they're not really utilizing it.
That's what I was saying. Like I was really excited when I thought it was cool because I like Forza. Like that's one of my favorite. That's in my top 5, and I'm like, I
thought with all like Hotura by this point would be getting more lessons on like how to actually properly use alchemy. Nope.
No.
He's
just gonna get a new format or 2 forms and do.
And I'm like, all the chemis, guys.
Shouldn't you be teaching this kid alchemy? What the school's about, and then it's also like,
no, gotcha. I'm finding my gotcha.
Because it's like they're getting graded on getting the chemis, right? And it's like,
no, just getting these gotchas off
screen.
What
are you gonna do once you got all the chemis? So...
all the gotchas.
Speaking of, I've got 8 new ones that are secondaries only from the Sotos, and Garen's in there, so that's all that matters.
Okay, nice. I can't wait to see you open that tomorrow at.
Yep, we build all those
Eastern time?
crappers thingies.
2 p.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific.
Yeah, but no, Gotchard. Like I'm still hopeful. Like I don't give up on seasons. I sat through Saber, and I liked Saber, and Saber had a lot of issues. 01 started really strong, and then fell off for me. Revice was Revice, so it's like I just don't give up on shows. It's just.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. None of us have given up on the show. We're still watching it. It's just the point of talking about it just becomes hard to talk about.
My thing is,
it's hard to critique and review something. Like I don't want to do a whole recap of the episode, and then my thoughts are okay. So realistically, nothing happened. It's a C.
It's not bad enough. You know what I mean?
There's nothing thought provoking about the show right now that can really give you a good conversation. We could talk about King-Ohger every episode. We could talk about all these other ones that come out. It's like I can't have a really long, drawn out conversation about Gotchard right now.
But how about new chick from this episode of Gotchard that Kajiki's trying to hit up?
Listen, I have eyes for one. I have not changed my allegiance.
Per show.
I mean,
per show.
Per show.
I mean, we know which
per
one
franchise, per season.
Yeah, so each season it changes up the game. It changes up the game.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know.
I got to give this point to Gotchard though, at least because last couple seasons of Rider, it's always been gung ho, guns blazing out the gate with everything. And yes, it's taking its time. Yes, it's a slow burn. Obviously, I don't think there's anything wrong with the show, too much. And I'm enjoying it. It's not like it's a bad thing, but I don't think I like that we're not so overly filled with a bunch of different stuff that we're getting hopes up to be let down later, I guess.
I mean, we could be consistently shitting on it for plot, but once again, there's no plot for us to shit on.
Exactly. More or less.
It's just once again
really quick. Kamen Rider Cosmic. Cosmic Killer pointed out the Revice had too many forms and too many plot holes. Yes, there's a lot of plot holes, but for the forms, it was an anniversary season. Don't forget. So we were going to get a lot of forms.
And for the aspect of this, they're treating it like 5 years is a anniversary. And the thing is, I don't know that's what makes this show feel a little bit more corporate than previous seasons. Because for those of y'all that weren't part of the community way back when, Forza was originally pegged as an anniversary season as well.
40th anniversary.
40th anniversary of Kamen Rider. And they were like, we can't do that. We just had Decade like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We can't do an anniversary season this fucking early.
So they didn't.
So in the first episode, you get that little bit of tease of Ichigo and shit like that. And the original plot point of Forza was going to be him befriending all the past Kamen Riders. But they changed that because they legit said, no, it's too soon after an anniversary season for us to do another one again. Let's just change it up. And that's what they did. Meanwhile, with Gotchard, it seems like it's the opposite. We just had an anniversary season, not just one season, 2 seasons ago. 2 years ago. Great. Let's do it again. We're 5 years into Reiwa.
I kind of wish they went the Kamen Rider Breakfast Club route instead.
So that's what seems a lot more corporate is the heads that were the ones to say like don't do that in Forza aren't there to say don't do that with Gotchard. They're all about do it.
To be fair, at least
need that money.
At least it's gonna. I hope it's gonna be self-contained to the Legend special, like most of the,
ignoring Revice. Look, Revice once again. It happened 3 years after ZO, but it's a 50th. 50th I can forgive you on because a 50th anniversary is a big anniversary versus a 40th anniversary is no one cares about 40 years like that.
I mean, it's a big anniversary.
Whereas Zio is the end of Heisei, so I count as a new era. So it's like slate is wiped clean.
Yeah.
Zio, end of Heisei. Then we got 50th anniversary. 50 is a big number. 50 is a big ass number.
Plus, the way it didn't really feel like an anniversary in a sense. It was just like nods. With
exactly.
Subtle hints in the suit designs, but it wasn't like Ichigo showing up and
then they completely
showing up in king form and destroying everybody. Like
you had George with the CSMs that didn't get properly explained. That you got all the writers in the tubes that technically weren't relevant until you actually got to the film. But once again, it didn't intrude into the show in terms of that aspect. Plus, if you want to get into anniversary gimmicks, they've technically been selling us anniversary gimmicks since Decade.
Yeah.
They never stop.
Yeah, every Lockseed had an anniversary gimmick. Same with
Forza, Double.
Every single scene. Wizard had all the legend rings. Forza had the wizard, the legend switches.
If you think about it,
the icons, the locks.
Ever since they started having gimmicks as a real thing, they've always had Legend Rider ones.
Yeah.
Legend Rider ride watches, of course. But,
Yep.
Those ride watches
never stop.
The Gaia memories are still my favorite for the Legend Riders.
I just think it's very corporate, and obviously they're trying to get money, but I can live with that if they did it in a tasteful way.
There's some people who I know only buy stuff for their favorite shows, so it's like someone might only get here's all the double stuff, here's all the wizard stuff, or me, there's Blade. It's kind of nice.
The thing with Gotchard though, this was the earliest we'd ever seen the gimmicks advertised being available for pre-order, shits like that.
They had a website.
And they knew that people, it's TCG, it's cards. People get invested in cards like that. So, you bought the cards, I bought the cards, people bought cards, people in the chat bought the cards, all that stuff. Now we're watching the show and we're like, well, we got these cards at least.
I finally got the checklist. Someone in Japan sent me the actual checklist where I could check off the box next to every card for Phase 01. And I'm like, well, it's done already. And I was like, I don't even know half the forms still from the show, even though I'm watching it, because it's just some of the forms show up really quickly.
The PNGs.
One attack, and then that form's not used again. From the Ant episode, I'm still hung up on that. We got that form really quick, and then he went back to regular.
We're never gonna see that suit again, by the way.
Hopper, Liner. Yeah, it's what's the gimmick is what's keeping me really like spending money towards the show, but because there's nothing like I don't want any of the DX monster creature things or anything like that.
Cash.
No.
Okay, I thought this mic was up. Good.
Oh, go ahead. By the way, like even though it was the 50th for Revice, they dropped their like anniversary gimmick like halfway through the show.
They did.
Which I found was
It didn't become an entire like prevalent thing throughout the season or anything like that. It wasn't like Zio was definitely an anniversary season. Revice wasn't it. It only was an anniversary season in terms of like how you see his forms being based off past writers, but they never talk about the fact that they're based off of past writers.
They don't even acknowledge that other writers were.
And it's subtle, but it's good. It's definitely better than, Gotchard's current legend forms, because those things are goddamn awful.
Yeah, I still think one of my favorite scenes, not forms, but scenes, is when he uses the Jack Revice with the Thunder Gale Vice Stamp, because he does the Ichigo pose again.
Ichigo.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, when he was
Yeah.
breaking free from his quote unquote berserk form.
Yep. Let me see. Crazy Orb quickly asked, "What's my thoughts on the episode of Outsiders?" The latest Outsiders episode finally did get subbed.
Oh, it did? Wow.
It did finally after almost a month. Also, just note that the next episode won't come out until next year.
I was gonna say, I was like, I was watching,
and they didn't even give us the date. They just said 2024.
Yep. That's why I can't really. It's hard to follow Outsiders because it's so inconsistent and it's such a big break. By the time the next episode comes out, I forgot what happened because there's so many episodes of other shows in between that.
The issue that I had with this episode of Outsiders, and it's part of the reason why Crazy Orb is calling this out, is that they said that there's a bunch of different Kamen Riders that are fighting against Zane, and during that shot, they showed the final villain of Kamen Rider Fies, who they had renamed as Arc Orphanog for the sake of Outsiders. And they showed him in the montage of different Kamen Riders. And I'm like, he's not a Kamen Rider. He's not a writer. Why would you? Takahashi just stays ruining things I like.
This is twice now.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow Moon.
Yep.
And now that it's like,
wait, what did he touch? What did he ruin with Shadow Moon?
Because Shadow Moon's now a Kamen Rider. It's technically Kamen Rider Shadow Moon.
Well, Takahashi didn't ruin that, but
no, I'm just saying in general, it's general for Kamen Rider.
Okay.
Like in general for Kamen Rider.
If it looks like a writer, it is a writer.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Valparade essentially is going to probably.
It's going to be Kamen Rider Vaseline.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Viagra soon. Coming soon too.
He'll be Kamen Rider Valve, and then Spanner's actually Gabe Newell in disguise. He'll just take off the mask, and it's just Gabe Newell.
His driver's a Steam Deck, which is basically like a char driver.
And the only thing it says is no Half-Life 3 ever.
Steam Driver.
They release Half-Life 3, but you have to buy the CSM version of it to get it.
That's it. That's it.
God. You're gonna. Damn, that's so much money.
It's all there. It's all there.
I would do it for Half-Life 3.
No, it's not a spoiler for Fi's 20th. Once again, this is Takahashi's writing, and Inoue is not going to canonize anything that Takahashi's done. Because one of the big things that I mentioned during the last stream is when they were working on the Fi's 20th anniversary, their concern was, well, during like the Drive special and ZO, we had all these other things go on with Fi's. Is Inoue going to count that in? And Inoue just said, fuck no, I didn't write that.
It's like, continuity. What? I don't care.
Yeah. I'm not going to acknowledge that shit. I make my own shit. So yeah, it's none of the other Fi's stuff that happened leading up to the Fi's 20th is going to play into it. And from the sounds of everything from that trailer, it doesn't even look like neither the series or the movie is going to be canon to this fucking film. So
it's the musical. Yeah. It's the musicals, yeah.
Yeah. It's all that aspect. Let's see what else we got going on over here. Because once again, it's a no news week, 2 weeks, shit like that. So
the DX Legend drivers being released in another week.
I'm not buying it.
I don't want it.
Oh, just me.
I don't care.
I don't care for that or the gun.
I don't want the gun. I just like the driver. Or what about the? Did you guys talk about the upgrade attachment yet for the driver?
Slightly,
for the Gotchard driver, yeah.
but I'm not
Yeah.
buying anything more for Gotchard's driver.
What else? Cards? You gonna have you done with cards now too?
Until they release that special box that's nothing but like SRs and above. Sure.
Is it like? I wonder what the name of the form is because there's a
Wait,
lot
is that
of
a real
X
thing? There's a box
Yes.
of SRs and above. What?
Yes.
What?
They had already talked about it. That's why I'm like, well, I don't care about buying phase 2 cards
Yeah.
anymore because that's what the part that you missed out on. I mentioned that it seems like the investment into buying the cards seems to have waned somewhat, especially after the announcement that they're going to be releasing a booster box that's going to be nothing but SRs and above with a higher percentage of parallels being in those packs.
Which
So I'm like, if that's the case, then I'm gonna avoid getting all these dupe commons and just get that because those are the cards that people want.
It's like how I get pranked, bro. You wasted your money on those. You should be getting these right here.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look into that more. But it's now candy toy time, so like I don't really like. I already finished phase 1, so it doesn't matter now. So now it's like waiting for phase 2, but all the Super Sentai SMP stuff is starting to come out, like the Bison Liner and Sci-Fi from Live Man and the Live Robo. So I'm like, and I got my Caucasian Castle, so I was like, all right, I don't have time for Kamen Rider stuff.
I like how no one else caught on to Caucasian.
We did. I just didn't want to say it.
It says it right here, Caucasian Castle.
What do you mean?
It's all
I don't
blurry.
see any white on that castle.
No, it's the logo's white.
Okay.
I don't know. My autofocus sucks, but yeah, there you go. I got my candy toy finally, so I can make Supreme, Super King-Ohger or whatever it's
Mega
called.
X Super Giga Extreme Mega Robot.
See, I could have bought the DX for it, but they price gouged the hell out of that shit and back at the convention. So
Yeah, I remember you were telling me like convention prices.
$180. Jesus Christ!
I'm mad they've announced that other DX King-Ohger set that's coming out where you can get like the pill bug and this and that are gold. And I'm like, damn.
Oh, don't you get what's it called? The Black Tarantula Knight. Have they ever spoken about like what that's for?
no.
Okay.
I mean, we don't even have
Does
context for how that's going to pop back up in the show. If it does.
I mean, we did have the Black Tarantula, the small one.
Yeah, but we don't have it post time skip.
I mean, it could have grown. It could have grown.
But then also, like, what the hell is,
You see
King
what
Ohger
happens,
Zero
Zero,
doing?
is
Because King-Ohger Zero
Ratchet.
technically should have been chilling in the castle the entire time. The castle that Gira has been living in for 2 years.
See,
You
Zero,
But no one's talking about.
Zero,
No,
let's see
Spite-
no one-
yeah.
the
We see a
spider
flashback,
nursed
it's someone just
Raculus back
breaks the
to health.
spider with a
That's what
rolled up
happened. Okay?
newspaper.
Oh, Raculus just like, the fuck is that? Oh,
Yeah, and it's just like there. That's it.
Mhm.
Easy way to get rid of it. But now there's. But yeah, there's. Yeah, they are doing a God King-Ohger Zero because from like a toy standpoint, that's why they're releasing like the gold versions of the other ones. So like realistically, you can do a God King-Ohger Zero, and I'm like, but it's not in candy toys. It's DX only, which would require me to
Spend
get all
more
of
money.
those, and I can't because.
Mark, aren't you not allowed to spend money anymore?
Raculus is getting it. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I would want for Raculus's final form? You know how Akiba Red got his final form with
The doll?
the doll, but Suzume being attached.
No, stop
That's
it!
ridiculous.
Stop it!
That's
I'm so on board
Raculus.
with it.
Disgusting.
Be
Also,
all for it.
God, I'm just imagining Suzume right on
Yep.
Raculus's breastplate. No,
Yep, just right there. Just right there.
no,
They got to do it. The Bowska would definitely be like, Suzu,
He wouldn't be able to hurt that form.
be dead. Be dead. Be great.
Oh.
What else
Also-
we got to talk about? We've been killing time this entire
Yeah, I
time.
know.
How are we going out for 2 hours already?
We
Literally
are.
killing time.
Well, you see, we got sidetracked quite a bunch. Quite a bunch.
I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but Gokai Silver. News.
Seal
Oh.
timing.
Oh no.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah. Go for it.
Gokai Silva has been what was it? Wasn't he arrested for
Yeah.
Arrested, and his agency dropped him because of
Yeah.
yeah.
Try to scam old people.
Yeah.
Got to do it. Every time I saw that face, I'm just thinking of him and Garo, like with his nasty ass sex face, just laughing it up as he's like conning all those people out of money, getting in.
Oh, that's another Toku related guy who's probably going to be on the run forever.
Yep. Well, it'll be awkward once we hit the 50th anniversary of Sentai, and we get to Gokaiger showing up,
Yeah.
and no guy to be our Sentai.
Wait,
Definitely, yeah.
now think about it. They're both silver when you think about it. Super
Well-
1 was also silver.
Yeah. But that's when we get Silver Kaito to show on up and be like, look, I'm going to be the new Gokai Silva.
It's just
I'm filling in for a friend.
Hold on one
Yep.
second.
He's just going to do it. He's going to do it. Everybody going to change it up. Someone got his bounty.
oh god.
We don't talk about it. Look, Super 1 was a good season. It's actually like I enjoyed the season itself, but
And the suit was amazing.
the suit's probably my favorite show of suit.
It's a really
Even
good
more than
suit.
Black. 'Cause
More so
tassels.
than Amazon's as well.
Original Amazon, yes. More so than original Amazon, yes.
Oh, okay.
Them tassels do it for me.
The mask design, in my opinion, was just also really good.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's all great.
Also
let's
helps that
see.
every single one of your favorite colors except gold was represented in that suit.
Let me see. Don't worry, we will get his son be Gokai Silver, where the main ranger of the team will have to babysit.
Oh,
That would imply that Guy got it in. I mean, he got it in Garo, but that's a whole different universe. I can't believe that Guy from Gokaiger actually got it in.
isn't like the Japanese method of like addressing usually most of the stuff is like not sweep it on the rug, but just ignore it. Like they just don't acknowledge it ever again.
Yeah, they're just gone.
Yeah.
This is Guy. What was that? Who
Yeah,
was
so that's
that?
why it's going to be the Gokaigers featuring like now, or they can get Zuo the World to be the silver. Because once again, Zuo also anniversary season 40th,
Uh-huh.
so you can get that. Then you get your Zenkaiger. Then you get your Donbros, because technically Donbros is the real anniversary season for 45, even though they're 46.
We still getting Donbros content coming out, right?
Nonstop, yes, because we
Yeah.
got the Down Booty special coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got Down Booties, and then we're gonna have the King-Ohger v Donbros, and then we'll see what they got cooking up after that.
I want that
You know, it
manga.
just stays
Yeah,
making
yeah.
shit.
I really want that manga.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if Donbro show up in the 5's 20th. You know,
I
that
don't
would
think
probably make that my favorite thing ever.
If there was just subtle references to Donbros along the
If
face
they
line.
make a hyper battle video for the 5's 20th Paradise Regained featuring the Donbros, I will
All right.
instantly be like, I can die now.
Question: Death flags in the Fi's next special. Who do you think?
Everyone,
Every single one?
everybody. Takumi should have been dead already.
Yep.
There's no reason for him to be alive.
Mhm.
First of all, Kusaka died so many times now. You know he did.
Yeah. All right. What about the new girl?
The new Moose chick.
Moose.
I don't know.
Muzu.
She, Inoue loves killing women. I'm sorry, he likes killing women.
Yeah, he killed
did.
new smart girl, right? Oh, wait, no, he didn't. That was Takahashi.
Well,
Mhm.
both. Yeah, he killed Mari's smart queen. But Mari still lives. I think Mari still lives. And Kaido still lives
Right.
because he's like the old guard of the Orphanox that technically got decent end, like bittersweet end at the end of the series.
Yes.
He did die in the film, but he survived during the series. So there we go. But once again, there's no mentions of the other Orphanox that survived at the end of the series. Such
Tarantula.
as the lobster
Sonoy
Orphanox.
Sonoy did die, and he wasn't the only one about to die. They all were supposed to die.
Well, the thing is, the only Orphanox that was granted completion at the end of the series was the lobster Orphanox.
Right. And she was trying to bring the king back.
Exactly. Which we still have no semblance of him coming back in this special at all. Which, once again, makes me think that it's not even tied into the series or the films.
Also, if you look at that last scene with your titular main character, I don't think he woke up from that nap.
Nah, I think it might all be an elaborate dream sequence.
Maybe.
It could always be that. It could just be Mari's dream. We don't know. We don't know.
Don't know.
Inoue just tries being one step at a game. Like, you think you can predict my writing?
I can't even predict my
Good
writing.
luck.
You got to drink me under the table first, and you can't drink Inoue under the table because he's got some stories on his drinking times.
I would come out of retirement and I would challenge him.
You would lose.
I don't know. The fact that you haven't drank for so long, it's gonna hit you like a freight train.
And then it's just like the wall blockage is gone, and it's like just keep going.
Yeah, don't stop.
You just play the
do
Meanwhile
it.
Sononi bit the whole entire time, and the bit while like behind me, I'm just like I keep going. Like this even my summer movie form yet.
That's when you pour out the drink and just like swirl it up.
Just imagining, does anyone even come close to compare it to like imagine someone who could actually predict Inoue's writing. Like, what kind of brain do you have to have?
Probably not even his daughter.
It's probably Manatee, honestly.
Only the manatees can do it, or the dolphins.
You know, the
South Park
mashup that I
episode.
would want is I would want, now that I've watched so many Hideaki Anno films, I want Hideaki Anno to like direct a Toshiki Inoue film.
Oh, damn!
I just need that in my life for some reason.
Oh, if you could have Inoue,
Especially given that they both did a Cutie Honey interpretation. Like, that would be it. But we do have a quick super chat real fast. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Blah blah something for $2 says, I hope they bring back the Phi sounder from the Pepper Battle video. That boombox.
No, please.
That's what was on his chest the entire time. You thought it was the Phi's blaster form. Nah.
It was the
The
boombox
sounder.
the whole time.
The boombox the whole time. It's just
That could be very annoying.
just a giant fucking Bluetooth. That's all it was.
Zio, if you can have Inoue direct any crossover you want, not including any of his actual original works, what would you have him direct? Any two forms of Toku. Question now for anyone.
Hentai Kamen
No.
meets Caesar X.
Why? Oh, because you want Caesar X to be good. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, that'd be Waku Saver and this. That's tough.
I want
Just that one.
Gridman and Zubat.
Okay.
I just want to see what crazy shit that'll ensue.
Ash, what you got?
Red.
What two
I got,
shows?
no,
what
I
crossover?
got nothing. I
Man.
got nothing.
Yeah.
Soz.
Let Inoue run the MCU.
Oh yeah. Let's see how that
He'll
goes.
fix it. He'll fix it right up.
And always like they already have a plot. No, get rid of this. I got this. Let me handle this.
Throw it all away.
They have
The
a
final-
roadmap. Set it on fire. I don't care.
The final boss is who now? Nah. It's gonna be a giant space grasshopper.
It's like, what? This makes no sense. Let me cook.
There was this one movie that we're gonna make canon now. Shin Kamen Rider Prologue. That baby is now a Thanos level like threat.
Oh,
It's been cooking for 25 years now.
That would be the greatest thing ever,
Y'all gotta fight him.
it'd be insane.
and it would work.
Oh.
It'd be better than Black Sun.
I mean, that's not hard.
True.
So anyone?
Then again, all the Black Sun lovers won't get on the live stream to defend it.
No.
So
Oh, didn't you invite a couple?
once again, most hated TokuTuber on YouTube.
Right.
This guy.
I'm not a TokuTuber anymore because I stopped.
I mean, you're not a
Talking about
TokuTuber, Zio. Anyway, you don't talk about Kamen Rider.
I don't talk about Kamen Rider. I talk about
Yeah.
well, I mean, I made a video about not Kamen Rider. Even Mark was clickbaited by it and was just like, "You can talk about Blade," and I was like, "Blade's not in this." It's like, why
Blade's
would I
a
watch
big
this?
three. Of course, it wouldn't be in it.
That's almost a direct quote, even though I did tend to watch it. So I was like, "How are you gonna talk about Toku for the early 2000s and not mention Blade?" And you're
Because
like,
I
"Oh, it's
said I
not the
wasn't
big
going to
three."
mention Blade.
And he's like, "Not the big three," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's moved to the upper echelon above the big three. It's its own fourth
is Blade.
category. Ace.
To be honest, it's kind of like Zio's Persona Galaxy Blade because everyone wants him back.
He did.
Everyone wants him back, you know. Zio.
People felt invested with Galaxy Blade because he showed up pretty early on into the Geats reviews.
Mm. Oh, that reminds me. Anyone have got anything you wanna? Any other topics you wanna lead into?
No, but if chat wants to go ahead and ask us anything, go ahead.
No, the last be all about Sonon. What's it called? What's his name's mom?
So
You
I don't know if that
you
was
can ask
geared towards
anything you
you
want.
or Mizio. Someone said, "Did we lose subscribers when uploading the I'm taking a break from Gotchard?" Because I had said I was just burnt out on Gotchard and I was taking a break, but yours wasn't titled you were taking a break, was it?
It
No.
was, I'm done with Gotchard, is what it was called.
Because I lost.
I
Well, with a
did-
title like that, Zio, what could you
I
expect?
lost. Well, that's the thing. People just, and there were several comments that implied they just read the title.
Yeah.
Because they were like, I don't understand dropping a season. I'm like, did you not watch the whole video?
Even
'Cause
though it was a 7-minute video, your shortest video in ages, they couldn't be
Yes.
bothered.
they couldn't watch it all. And I'm
I'm
like,
just saying.
I'm not dropping the season. I'm still watching it every episode. I just can't review it. But yeah, I lost 8 subs from that
It's
one.
like, do you want me to review nothing?
I
That's
lost.
Zio, that's what you
handful.
should do for just a bit. You should just do like next Gotchard review nothing.
Review the card. Just pick a card randomly and review the card.
I'll just be like, all right, let's talk about Gotchard.
Uh-huh.
The
fine.
whole episode, the whole review's just to me. Stuff kind of happened.
This thing there.
I think they made a driver.
You don't cut to any bits
Possibly.
or anything. You just like,
And with that, let's talk forms.
they suck.
With these last few episodes of Gotchard, we got 20 forms. So
Let's bust out the tier list.
bad, 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 decent, bad, bad, good, bad, bad, bad. What the fuck is this? All right. Rating time.
There you go. That's your Gotchard
Yeah,
review for the
that's
next
the whole-
foreseeable 3 episodes.
Literally, I was thinking of just doing YouTube shorts of Let's Talk forms. It's like, all right, let's talk about all the Gotchard forms up until now.
No.
And smash or pass on all of them. We'll just see.
Chris.
That would be the entire portion of things.
Mm.
But yeah, like
No, John. Don't ask
did
me about
John
that
say?
video.
that video's been in the back burner for like a
The
year.
Alf
Dude,
video?
I have so many videos. No, realistically, it's been 18 months. Because I thought of it the day they Shout Factory said that they were going to be the ones handling the Alf distribution, and I was like,
Lukeman gave you $1. It's just $1. Why does he do that? He doesn't even comment anymore.
Well, I don't think. I don't know. So Chest of Greatness. Here's the deal. There's an Elf video that I worked on, and I have most of it recorded. And then the main actress died, the neighbor, and I felt bad, so I just put it on the back burner. Plus, I'm really lazy with editing. I'm not Zio. I just piece them together. That's it. I'm not doing green screen extra bullshit. But there's a whole video where I tie in Masked Rider to Elf to Power Rangers, and how Elf technically could be a Kamen Rider, and it's also Toku, and it's just outlandish. Script written by Inoue. Like, it's a crazy video, and I literally have half of it filmed, and it's gonna be so different because it was like my old webcam, like my Logitech webcam that I had from like a year and a half ago. So
look, there's no superhero time next week. This is the time for you to get it done.
I was gonna do a video on Super Sentai.
Get it done. This is the time for you to get it done.
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2 is I can't never mind, I don't want to say that.
It's good. No, I'll eventually get it done.
Star Ocean
Star Ocean also
came out
there's
yesterday.
That's the stupidest thing ever, Mark. No, it's not. Kamen Rider. I can't even read your full name because there's too many letters, which is redundant. Just like your comment.
Real quick, someone wants me to explain the deal with Time Kabuto and Nintendo Soji.
No.
How much time you got? No, so long story short, same person, different timeline. Time
Nintendo Soji is before Time Kabuto, if you're curious. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not.
Really? I thought it was Nintendo Soji, then he became Time Kabuto. Oh, it's the other way around?
No, it's not.
They're just two different entities entirely.
No, neither.
Two different timelines or whatever.
Same person, just different way everything lines up.
No.
There was the individual who ended up making some Ride Kemi cards that were Hanafuda cards that they got a lot of money for. They created a time machine with that money, invested in some stocks, became uber rich, invested in more stocks, continued back in time, made their own company 100 years prior, then ended up growing that company into the great Nintendo company, ended up getting so much money that they didn't know what to do with it, and then they became proper Time Kabuto. So they just got fuck all money, and they're just bored with things. So, yeah.
But there's two of them.
Yeah, exactly. They both exist within the same continuity, just different time travel shenanigans.
Interesting. Okay.
Wasn't there a movie like that?
I don't know. Tenet, maybe? I don't know.
No. Spoiler. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was what was it called?
So yeah, when it comes to like time travel shenanigans, it's one of my favorite like mind fuckery time theories because there's so much that you can do with time travel shenanigans. And I mean, with Doctor Who celebrating its 60th and things like that, I was like, "'Tis the season for all that kind of shit."
Was it like Project Almanac or something where the kids were going back in time with their science fair project and they were making it so they had more money and stuff.
Yeah, they were fixing their lives by doing these things.
That's a good movie.
It was a very good movie.
Let's see, Boom Boomger thoughts. What are the current like rumors regarding Boom Boomger? Anyone keep up with it?
I just know about the Die Ranger.
I just know the name. That's it.
Yeah, Doctor Who is coming to Disney, but apparently it is starting from season 1. Russell T Davies said that the new series is not series 14; it's season 1. They're burning it down after the 60th. You're taking it down to 0 and going back from 1.
So Mickey Mouse, when do you think we're gonna get him? I mean, we're getting Steamboat Willie into the free domain allegedly.
That's the proper time for us to actually get that imagination belt into a movie, and we just get the ho-ho power up.
Oh God.
So, tis the time for all of that.
Oh.
Let me see. What do we have here when it comes to Boom Boom? We got Boom Boomger Gashapon listings. We got Swing Set 1, Metal Swing Set 1. Swing Set 1 is our usual phone strap figures. Metal Swing would be a metallic strap of some kind. We get ones for King-Ohger, country logos, and Mofun. No collectibles listed thus far, which lines up with the leaks. Like, really not a lot going on there. We got images of the Legend Driver. Yes, it is technically exactly as the pictures illustrated. It is a Deca Driver with the Beast like centerpiece, essentially, is exactly how that shit works.
Boo.
And then Calvin just sent me a DM while we're live streaming, probably to all the pictures from the convention. That's
Yeah, I think it is. I saw it on Twitter. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yay, now I've got quality photos of my cosplay.
Nice.
That came out really, like I told you, like in the VC, like that came out really good, especially getting that chest piece lighting up. I was like, wow.
Do you know how many people still give him like crap for the Kaiser legs in the VC?
What?
Oh, so people say that the legs on the suit looks like Kaiser and not like proper Orga.
What? No,
Like, they look like yellow and not gold. So it's like,
the funny thing is the parts that I use for the undersuit are actually proper gold versus the paint on the Orga suit. So for those people that hate contrast and color scheming, the paint that I actually used for the Orga suit is brass, not even gold.
oh.
And then the color that's used on the morph suit, like that, is actually gold. That's why it looks more yellowish.
Yeah.
Because it's gold, and the rest of the Orga suit is brass.
Maybe we should have made it all brass.
No, so while I was working on the actual like foam portion of it, I found that the brass color fit more with the Orga color scheme. But while actually shopping for the thread that I was going to use for the morph suit, I couldn't find a brass color. I could only find gold. So I used gold.
I mean, it looked nice no matter what. So
yeah. And people knew who I was. That's the shocking part. Regular ass people knew who I was.
Hey, look, it's Orga.
And I was like,
Calvin,
wow.
Calvin was going crazy on social because you don't use X or Twitter. Like, take with the photos you guys. Like, look, Orga's choking me. But I'm allowing it, obviously, because you have to put that disclaimer that it's for a photo and not. And a lot of people on social media were enjoying your cosplay.
Yeah,
that's great. How many of them would actually admit it to your face, though?
If they found out that it was me, they
on.
probably would change
the
it
helmet.
soon.
Yeah,
there was some. When we're not live, I will say things.
Well, the thing is, like the helmet, there were some offsets with the helmet, especially depending on what the angle was. So
yeah.
I was saying with the helmet on, I don't think anyone knew it was you. So like, people were liking it, and then being like, "Oh, that's Zio." It's like, yeah.
All right.
I thought it was good. Because I've seen you working on it, obviously, and this and that. Like, I'm shocked. I'm not shocked, but I'm shocked. Like, because you weren't working on it every day,
I could only work out that's the thing. It's like because I actually showed the photos to my boss and my peers, because of course I requested vacation days, and they were like, we got to see photos, and I was like, oh, okay, here you go. And it became a whole thing in my work call on Monday, and they were like, wow, how long did it take you to work on that? And I was honest. I said 6 days.
Yeah.
That's the thing. 6 days.
Yeah, because the one stream when I was streaming and you jumped in, I feel like you were like barely working on either the shoulders or some of the arm stuff, and like nothing was painted, and that was doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
painting is the easiest part when it comes to all that stuff. But yeah, that's the entire thing. I was like, yeah, it took 6 days because I only worked on it on Saturdays every week, and that was it.
Came along really nicely.
So it's like, look, it's proper if you like dedicate time towards certain things, then sure. And yeah, just to show off,
they're there.
Yeah, this is one of the photos that was taken of me during the convention with it. So hey,
Yeah, no, it came out really good. I was like, wow.
Now you could put Orga cosplay.
I never saw it painted or anything. I just saw what I saw when you were streaming. It's like, you know, I never saw how far you actually got with it, and I was like, damn. That's why I was like shocked. I was like, I feel like it was just uncolored and the shoulders were being done. Now I'm like, oh wow. And I didn't even know you were gonna have anything light up on it either.
No, so I purposely ended up getting some lights from Amazon. There were light up pucks that I could end up rigging up to both the shoulders, the headpiece, and all that stuff. But I wanted to make sure that there were rechargeable ones. Because the majority of the ones that I found were like AA powered.
Yep, AAA. I have those. Yep. Those are bad.
So I got those, and then the other issue with it was I rigged them up using magnets so they would stick up. But then the problem is if I got too like action heavy with it, or if someone like janked my arm too much while like trying to like give me dap or anything like that for my cosplay, like a shoulder piece would come off. Like one of the lights would fall on the ground and be like, oh no, I could barely see out of my helmet because I've got it here. When it comes to this, LED puck is what I get. Just put it in there. But even though this is kind of see-through, I can't see shit out of it. I can only see out of these holes that we have there.
Oh.
That's it. I have massive tunnel vision when I'm rocking this.
Yeah. Are you gonna with more time, like maybe go in and add, because you could always do the clear actual plastic and then put the one side viewing like red over it, because they have that vinyl red that you can see on one side. And
so the thing is, I had no issues seeing with this, but then when I did the final paint job, I got like a satin clear coat to go over all of it, so it all has the same shine.
Yeah.
And even though I put tape over the visor portion, it still ended up getting some on there.
No.
So by the time I put it on my head, I was like, I can't see shit.
That's great.
So, but overall, yeah, there's still like certain portions of this that are still like could get improved upon. But hey, it was my first time making a Rider cosplay myself.
Yeah.
Without like any help, and I think it turned out pretty all right.
No, it turned out amazing.
I've seen a lot, like I'm going to a lot of conventions, Southern California, a lot of Toku stuff out here for cosplays, and the fact that's your first one, like that came out like, but it's obviously not your first cosplay, obviously, but for like a Kamen Rider one and a suit, like it came out really good.
Yeah.
So
I've seen,
for people that don't know, he's a professional Roy cosplayer. If the hair wasn't a giveaway,
not professional,
professional Roy cosplayer.
Professional.
People
the unofficial
know me as a Roy.
Professional Roy cosplayer.
Official Roy.
Don't let him get to you. Don't let him get to you.
They used his likeness in the video game.
It's true.
It's like, do I gotta like show like Instagram photos or something like so people?
It's amazing. It's good stuff.
Mr. calling you Roy.
Exactly. You can hear in the background.
Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy. So let me see here.
Oh, if you don't mind, I've got a dip.
Howdy, before you go, the guy in Japan who always sends me stuff, he always throws in one of the Sentai Red pins, and I finally got one I was missing, Ninja Red.
Oh, that's dope, actually.
So I am now 3 away from getting all 21 for Volume 2.
What are you gonna do with them?
I kept getting whatchamacallit. What's the one that was for Go Bust? It was like Go Red or Buster, Red Buster, whatever for Go Busters. I got like 3 of those, and I was like, man, can I just get Ninja Red? Because that's the Ranger. That's like my favorite Red suit is that one.
What are you missing? Also, does anyone hear aggressive typing?
Oh yeah, Ash got some aggressive typing going on.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
He's got that keyboard.
Sorry, I was just like, I hear vigorous typing.
He's
So
out
it's
here
why
like,
I
hold
have the
on.
keyboard.
That's
Hold
actually
on,
why I don't
keyboard
use
warrior.
mechanical keyboards anymore, because I didn't notice how loud they are. Because you don't, once you're used to it, you don't notice it. But
Yeah, because I'm looking at the mic and it doesn't look like it was picking up too
Right.
much.
it doesn't sound like it does. But yeah, I noticed that
Yeah.
too with mine. That's why I
Keyboard
got rid of
ASMR.
my
Also, if
mechanical one.
anyone asking about the Roy cosplay, yeah, this is an old photo, but still, like that's
Nice.
As I said, professional Roy cosplayer over there.
Yep.
Look at that.
Definitely.
just, how it is. It's just the Roy cosplay.
Yeah.
How it goes.
All right, I'll see you guys. Thank you for the
All
stream.
right, later, Cloudy.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, such a long work week.
Over it.
We got 20 minutes to go to drag it out to the 3-hour mark.
Oh my god, the fact that it's a no news week and we still managed to talk about
Oh, yeah.
nothing,
How about
essentially.
Radiant Black. Or we can talk about.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, I didn't know there was a Darkest Hour discussion going on. I didn't get the invite. That's where you were.
Dude,
Mark.
dude, I was all over. I was on 3 different shows today, and I was like, I forget that because like everyone reschedules. It's supposed to be Saturday. They're like, no, we're doing
Yeah.
it now. It's supposed to be at 4, which gives me 2 whole hours before this show starts. And they're like, oh no, we're gonna start at 5. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
for an hour. They're like, oh, we're starting at 6. I'm like, no, guys.
Yeah. I
was
didn't
like-
know that Rollerball was live until I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, they're talking about Darkest Hour," and I missed
And-
it. I could have
and
been there, and Eric was
it-
there.
Yeah, I didn't know. None of us knew that. Eric just popped in.
Yeah.
Like, but no, before that, I was on Twitch doing a freaking fighting game that's chess and a fighting game. So you move the pieces around the board like chess, and then when you interact with them, it turns into a Street Fighter fighting game.
Nice.
So it's like an actual turn-based RPG, like the tactical.
But it's no, it's an
RPG,
actual
like
yeah, but
this.
it's a chessboard though. You're actually playing chess against somebody. And the queen has a different
Really?
move set. The king has a different move set. It's called Checkmate. The demo's on Steam. Like, and I'm like, guys, like, there's more than one day in the week. Can we do some Saturday, some Sunday, maybe a Thursday? Like, I'm tired. But yeah, no, it's basically
Let's see, where is Waldeno? Waldeno appeared in the episode already. Like, hold your horses. Blazar upgrade. I saw it. It looks all right, but I wish they did something with the helmet.
Blazar Mango. What the hell?
Let's see. Would y'all rather fight 100 Alf-sized Furbuses or 100 Furbus-sized Alfs? How about both? I'll take both.
Alf size Furbuses because Alf eats cats. I don't know. I don't think you understand what kind of protein strength you get from eating. Like, I'm not about to find out.
Look. You ever fight a homeless guy?
Once.
How
No.
was that?
How was it? Weird. It's mainly because like
Were they
I was-
fueled on anything other than roadkill?
Yes.
Well, that's the issue. If they were fueled on just roadkill, easy fight.
It was weird. Like I was because back then I used to be unhealthy, so I'd smoke cigarettes. I was walking down, someone's like, "Hey, boy, give me a cigarette." I'm like, "Who the fuck you calling boy?" He's like, "I'm talking to you." And I'm like, "Oh no, you're not." And then words. And then
Well, then pull out the boy.
yeah,
Boy, what you doing out here, boy?
but he's in a wheelchair, so I always had the upper hand.
Okay. Maybe we should cut the stream here.
That's a joke. That's a joke. That was after. the
Okay.
fight.
Oh my god.
All this is joking, except for the first half of the story. Like I don't know about the wheel. There was no wheelchair and stuff, but no, he was like literally like boy, and I was like, wow. It's you could say, oh man, what's up, my boy, this and that, but like the disrespect, the tone in it was just like,
Look, I've been in parts of Mississippi where I would get out of my vehicle and people were like, "What is your boy?" And I'm like, I am. Do I want to say Puerto Rican? Will they accept Puerto Rican? Do they even know what a Puerto Rican is?
ooh, I found the Ultraman Blazer manga.
It's tough.
Nice.
It's tough.
Oh, it's a preview. Nah. Hopefully, it's better than the Kuzma one. From a translation standpoint, anyways. But yeah, no, I don't. The last time I was in Georgia, I got hit with the boy, and I was like, I'm kind of startled. I don't.
Now I
See,
I
I
did
can't.
have I do have a friend who's completely Italian, but because
Mhm.
he's got that look to him, he got called out by some folks like wondering what he was.
Yeah,
And then when
Mhm.
he said what he was, they were like, "I," and
I
they
get
just
that.
left him alone.
That's
That's the thing about
that's the
being
half
in
of me is
when you're in like the deep south. It's a whole different ball game. You
yeah.
learn it. You learn it after a while.
You get used to
So
it. It was just weird because I was in San Diego. Like you don't get that in San Diego.
that's that's the twist.
Yeah,
That's the M. Night Shyamalan twist.
yeah.
People don't realize like the U.S. is not all cut out the same. Like there's different parts of the U.S. It's a big country.
Oh, this is bad. I don't like. They used the whiteout for the text spots in the blazer, and then it looks like it's just typed up like Comic Sans font in there. Oh, it looks bad. I'll read it later.
What?
The Blazar manga.
Yeah, I've not seen it. No
They
one
put
talks
a
about the
preview
X
out.
Gotcha Caliber. Look.
I don't like it.
I saw this. I saw the first of all, someone did the sketch, the infamous sketch that always gets being right, and then we saw it. It's the same shit. And once again, I'm not gonna buy gimmick toys that are the weapons until they release a memorial edition if I like it.
Who is this mysterious sketch person? Like we gotta do like one of those like A&E investigator, like a documentary series.
They probably were like, look, I want to hype up my drawing skills, but at the same time, I don't want to get like called out for showing the actual image. So I'm just gonna draw what I saw based off memories. Or they actually have an image on hand that they know they can't share. So they draw it because they know it's easy to get away with it. They can't restrict the drawing versus those scans. They can't put CND on it. So
They do a documentary, a mockumentary, figuring out like kind of like American Vandal on Netflix, like who drew the dicks, or like the guy, the turd burglar, or whatever, the guy that put all the
be like the
in money.
original Gotchard leaks and just show a close up of like gold balls.
It's just
just
season one
just
is me
gold
trying to figure out the
scrotum.
Gotchard leaker.
Who drew this gold scrotum and who got it right?
It's like you're like comparing it. You have like a whiteboard full of different photos of balls. You're just like, it's not decades.
Whose nutsacks rate supreme? And out of all of these hang
like,
low
that's
enough.
That's not a kick bash. That's a nut bash. It's like, nope.
This is
line
it.
them up.
This is it.
But I'm curious how like this one person somehow like always has these leaked sketches that end up being like 75 to 90% accurate months later.
I mean, it has to be someone obviously in the know, but once again, they understand what they can get caught for online. Get the cease and desist. So if I feel like they know if they post up the images, someone would instantly know who did it. So they just draw them out because there's no idea.
They just explain it to like their son or daughter, and it's their son or daughter that's drawing it. They're like, yeah, the square's over there. It's like, okay, that'll keep the stem. Like, no one will think it's me.
Because like with Gotchard, they got everything right. Including the arrow
that's what I'm
eyes,
shot.
all that stuff. Before all that, we had all of the final like drivers, all that shit, all the buckles, all drawn correctly. So
yeah, that's too like it's okay if like some stuff is right, this that, but the fact that like, if you're hitting that consistent, that's what I'm like.
Because even like the Buffa stuff, we saw the Buffa stuff at the same time we got the Bujin sword stuff.
That's what I was
and
like.
even though the Buffa like buckle wasn't built the same as the Geats 9 buckle like they had originally insinuated, the final design was exactly the same.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's no.
They probably just looked at the logistics of making that design a reality.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, we can't do that. Let's just go basic on this shit.
It's just, there's a level of coincidence that's just too too on the nose with those predictions. That's why I'm like, all right, predict what they're gonna do for the Blade 20th anniversary, please.
Show me them Boom Boonger toys. So
Dude, they need to slow down on freaking Super Sentai stuff. Like, I'm the rabbit hole I'm in right now. Of like from a toy standpoint, because like I didn't realize like it sucks because I never look at SH Figure Arts for Super Sentai. I mainly just do Ultraman. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You guys used to get full teams almost, and then like not anymore. And
Yeah.
some of them look good. Like I saw the was it Shinkenger
mhm.
line, and those look amazing. And they had them at Book Off out here, and I was like,
Thing is, the Shinkenger ones were actually released in the U.S. from the
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So back
A
when
lot of the
Power
pa-
Ranger
yeah.
Samurai was on air, that's actually how I got Shinken
We're in the
Gold.
kitten sleeping.
And
Oh wow.
I bought these at Toys R Us in the U.S. Actual SH like figure arts, and they just had the Japanese text written over them with Power Ranger shit.
I know they released some like actual Power Ranger ones. Like we got, the Green Ranger Tommy. We actually got a Jason one, this and that. And those are pretty cool. But like seeing, what was it? There's that other one. What was the one that was SPD was based off of?
Decker Ranger.
That one had a whole set there too. And I was like, these are cool. Like that's neat. Why'd they stop doing full teams?
Money.
Because I would have got a full Donbrothers team.
Lightning Collection versus SH Figure Arts. SH Figure Arts.
I did get the Gokai Green though because I like that suit. But they had something called like, was it the steering wheel thing? Darren. They had those too for all of them. At like Book I've had so many. I was like, damn, like I wish. But now with Bandai doing the Super Shoto lineup, like they're putting money with those because they cost a lot less to make than SH Figure Arts. They're smaller, they got a shit ton of stickers, and they're selling them $100 on Premium Bandai. Because the Shoto Super lineup's really good. If there's any set, if you guys haven't looked into them, like they're worth the price. And I don't even know that much Sentai.
I mean, I might have to invest on the Karuja figure arts.
Yeah.
If the SH Figure Arts were as cheap as they were back in the day, I would have bought way more. But they have gone up so much in price over the last few years that I'm just like, no.
You gotta get them
You'd have
used.
to look
Lucy's
on-
on Bai.
Yeah, Mandaraki. And some loosey gooseys.
That's why I've been going back getting all my Premium Bandai stuff I missed for Sotos, like all the Advent creatures for Ryuki. I'm like, they were Premium Bandai and on Toku Collectibles, there were 140 each set, and each set only came with one monster. And I'm like, no.
Well, the thing
Not
is, SH Figure Arts for Sentai used to be around the $30, $35 range, and then the Kamen Rider ones would be about $45 to $55 in range. But now they're all over $100 for just one, which is why I'm like, No, I remember the olden days. I'm not spending more than I need to for these guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, because it should be starting in a few months, the deal Bandai has to be the official merchandising for Ultraman. And then they have that deal with Target now as well. So we should see some end caps and some SH Figure Arts and stuff for Ultraman like at retail stores. And I'm hoping that'll kind of open the door for Bandai to be like, well, all right, Kamen Rider next. Like, man, and then some Super Sentai. It's like, hopefully that just starts a domino effect of that happening. Especially Toys R Us coming back next year. So
we'll see. Let me see. Someone said rumors say that Raculus is well apparently Raculus is going to get his own upgrade using a blue version of the lance, but the mask that he was wearing when he made his comeback would act as the crown. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll let me see the form first.
That's all. If it's just a repaint, like same version as like his, or just his regular form, just repainted, I'm okay. It'd be funny if they make him red.
If they make him actually red as
Yeah,
Kira's
that's what
not
I'm saying,
being
yeah.
red.
Yeah. He's
would
the
be
true red. And Ruin Henshin, yeah, no, the Target by me has like all the Dragon Ball Z SH figure arts, a whole bunch of Naruto ones. I think they're starting to carry One Piece ones too.
Those One Piece ones don't look great. I'll just say that from what I've seen.
The movie ones or the show or the anime
The
ones?
show ones. The movie, the anime
the live
ones.
action ones. Oh yeah.
No, the anime ones. The live action one looks great. The ones based on the anime, they don't look so great.
No. I've only got a few Dragon Ball Z ones. I've got Shenron with the Dragon Balls, then I got the San Diego Comic Con Majin Vegeta because I need Majin Vegeta.
Yes.
And then the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan with the Spirit Goku behind him for the father son Kamehameha wave.
That's the one that got me when I saw that one. I was
That's
like,
the only that and Majin Vegeta. I was like, those are my two favorite. Like, I was like, nope, that's it. I don't care about anything else. I don't even mess with anime SH figure arts or stuff like that. So not worth the price.
The
Rather just
Gotchard
get-
new toy leaks. Yes, I have. But once again, it's Gotchard, so it's like, look, they dish out new forms every day of the week, so it doesn't matter to me.
Mhm.
The forms
Should
don't
we-
feel important,
They don't. They
Yeah.
don't feel like an event. That's the issue.
and that's why.
Like we're
it's
already
okay.
gonna get like the Gold Dash upgrade form that looks really good.
That looks good.
But once again, there's no build up to it. It's just
No.
happening.
I miss the days where we didn't have leaks and we didn't have all these toy announcements and everything ahead of time, and the form would show up and you're
Yeah.
like, what is that?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
I still remember when I first saw that weekend it aired when we got freaking Blade Jack form, and I was like, they gave him wings? What? And I was like, oh, this guy, and I was like, well, we're like halfway through, so like this has to be like his upgrade, like he's done, like he's gonna kill everything, and then all of a sudden they're like, Absorb a Queen, bitch, and I'm like, what's that? What's Absorb a Queen? That's like King form.
Well, the
I'm
thing is, in Heisei 1, we didn't get a lot of like super
No.
forms into final forms. A lot of the times it was just like final forms, maybe like a mid form, things
Yeah.
like that, but nothing like
weapon
crazy.
power.
But the thing for me during Heisei 2 is that's when I completely killed off Facebook, all of the forums, message boards that I was on. So I enjoyed Heisei 2 when they were doing all the different forms because it was always a shocker to me because I didn't know what was coming up. But then, like getting into Reiwa, I was like, oh man, these things are getting leaked out
Every
like
day.
crazy.
Every week, one or two forms minimum.
Yeah.
I will say Wizard for as many rings and it's that Wizard, I think was really good with the forms. I really liked how Wizard did it.
Well, I was still part of following a lot of the scan leaks during Heisei 1 and early Heisei 2. But the rest of Heisei 2, I was like completely blind for. Nothing in terms of community or anything like that. And I was enjoying all of the
Fun fact,
non-spoilers I was getting.
I didn't get into scans until Saber. Like, I didn't care about any of that stuff until Saber. I was always just like, I would get the candy toys whenever I saw them. Like, and I always thought I got into Sotos during like the end, like beating a Saber. But then when I was cleaning, I found out I had X8 candy toys still in the box from like when X8 was airing. And I was like, but I didn't even watch it when it aired.
See,
Like,
if I
remember getting them.
if I ever got access to my old Photo Bucket account, because I know they've been like deleting.
Oh, mine got
everything left
canceled.
and
I
right.
got that email.
Yeah. I had all of the scans for the Kabuto leaks before like Kabuto came out, the Deno leaks, the Kiva leaks, and the Decade leaks.
It was the same
all
person
of
drawing
those
them?
magazines.
Was it, oh, the magazine. I thought they were drawing spike. Was it the same
No,
person?
no. This was the magazines way back in the day, like those crappy like scans. Someone's taking a photo of it because they didn't have a proper scanner back in the day. That type of shit.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, no, I never really cared for like, I don't know. I like just watching the show, enjoying it. So I never really cared to go out of my way to look for scans or leaks. Now when I'm doing it, it's because I'm like, what toys are coming out? Like, what can I collect from this? It's less about it appearing in the show and more of, okay, where can I display this?
and with that, we're about to enter the 3-hour mark. So,
Yeah.
seems about right, even though we had some hiccups along the way since the beginning of stream when we decided to just go live.
Yeah.
YouTube said, fuck you.
Yeah,
Episode 30.
what officially happened? Because I was sitting there like,
No.
what
So that was the confusing part. We hit the start stream button, and I saw like the view count go from 16, 17, then 16, then 0. And I was like, what the hell's going? What? And they were like, oh, people are saying that we're not live anymore. And I'm like, but this is saying that we're live. Like, it was confusing because everything there still showed that we were live.
Yeah, every time, because it happened on my end like twice because I had it up on my phone and it was like doing the countdown. And then right when the countdown ended, where it would go into the intro video, it would end the stream. And then it'd be like, oh, then I get the push notification. The August is live. Like, okay, open it up again. It's counting down. And then the second the countdown was done, it would be like stream ended. I was like,
yeah, everybody was just like, oh, that's it. And I was like, what is chat saying?
You should have just titled stream talking all the good things about Gotchard.
YouTube was like, not today. You're not going to be negative today.
No.
So
I had issues last week too with that.
The thing is, I hit the reload stream to try and go back live, and it just completely kicked me out of Talk Studio. I had to like reset my entire cache, everything, just to be able to start everything back up and get the ball rolling on things.
That's why there's like 3 streams last week for me, because that happened on mine. And it wasn't because the screen went black. It was because it just ended it randomly. And then when I went to go and resume and jump back in, because it still said I was live, so I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I guess it's just gonna act like that. I think it's a Talk Studio issue, not a YouTube issue.
Well, it's running fine now. I was concerned that it was going to die on me for other reasons because Windows 11 decided to update like yesterday. So
it wouldn't let me just shut down. It was like shut down and update. I'm like, no, can I just hit shutdown? It's like, no, you can't. It's like you could either update it and restart it, or update it and shut it down, or put your computer to sleep. And I'm like, all right, so I unplug it, take it out back with the old yeller, and had to put it to sleep.
And then you bought a whole new computer.
I almost did actually the other day, just because I was having some issues.
So on that note, we are past the 3-hour mark, so we're gonna go ahead and end things. So Mark, what you got to promote?
I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna be building the Caucasian Castle.
Castle, turn up.
As well as all the Sotos for Wave 1 of Gotchard, and each one of these boxes has a different secondary rider Chemi card in it. It's sad that I'm more excited for these than anything else going on with Gotchard right now, but it does have the Bujin sword form and also Geats 9, so I'm excited because those two mean I have finished my Geats Soto collection.
Are you going to give him the Caucasian color scheme?
No.
Oh, well.
But I am going to be building the God King-Ohger once it's done, though. I'm going to combine them all obnoxiously in this hideous, ugly beast of a mecha. And it's going to be atrocious, and I'll fall in love with it.
All right, cool. Turn up. Ash, what you got going on? Oh my God, you're muted.
Sorry. So we've got comics. My mic was falling off earlier. I don't know if you guys caught on to that. Like, it fell off like the clip. I don't know what unwinded. Like a ghost might have done
coughed too hard.
Yeah. I coughed too hard and made it fall off. But yeah, I've got comics. I've got we got Darkest Hour popping off. We've got Ranger Academy. That's a thing. We've got King-Ohger reviews. I've got other videos in the pipeline. Don't know if I'll be writing like a review for Kyoruja, or I'll just ramble into the mic about my thoughts on it. But I want to shout out Rolliver Queen. Go check out his Power Rangers talk that he was doing. Yeah, really cool talk. So go check him out. He's really good.
We should get him on here.
Oh no, 100%. I could. Dude, just let me know.
Yeah.
I talk to him almost daily, and
is Rolliver up to date with the Sentai in that, or
he checks it out from that time.
I mean, with no like superhero time next week, we can literally dive into the entire realm of just Toku in general.
Yeah.
So.
It's why I'm excited to get Este on when we get him on eventually, because we can do like, it's like when we had Stickosaurus on for like the recaps on, and he had no idea what was going on.
The betting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boonger betting needs to be a thing. Boom betting. I can't say that.
Well, look,
And then-
if next week ends up being a slow stream, like slow news
Mhm.
week, then what we'll end up doing is we're gonna do another bracket off.
I have my capture card over here. I can put one of these videos can be Memory of Heroes.
No, I was thinking of doing a bracket off for all of the King-Ohger fits, pre-time skip, post-time skip, and their current, their modern fit from regular Earth. Which
and then
one?
civilians too.
Which one reigns supreme?
That could work.
Are we gonna have civilians in there too, like the civilians, like Yanma's crew?
Yes, we can put their thug fit and their current fit,
Yeah,
and then Jeremy's mom.
that's its own bracket, but yeah.
Sweep.
The Jeremy's mom
Sweet.
bracket.
You say sweep, but we don't know how many people we're gonna have on. for that
Exactly.
one.
Yeah, but I can be persuasive. I know out of the three of us, I know 2 people who are guaranteed to vote right there. So
We'll see. We'll see who we. I don't know who will get on for that one, but yeah.
We'll
we
see.
should do a bracket of Toku moms.
Is there enough Toku moms to go
Or should we
around?
save that for a Mother's Day stream?
That's a Mother's Day stream. That is the MILFs of Toku. Let's go. Bracket off.
Mhm.
All that good stuff. Anything else you got to promote, Ash?
No, not really. It's been quiet on Power Rangers End because Cosmic Fury ended.
Then no one talked about
It's
it.
no, yeah. It happened. It came and it went as I thought it would.
And now you've got who knows how many years until the next thing
Yeah.
is going to happen.
It's going to be
Pookie.
minimum 2.
Yeah,
Right,
Pookie's
the
off
strike and all
traveling the
that shit.
world. He hit up Jinsaku. Jinsaku's probably missing.
Yeah.
It was the best thing
Pookie's
ever.
in New York right now, checking some
Yeah, look
Broadway out.
Yeah.
We should get Pookie on here and just be like, look,
Listen, I will try.
give us your entire rewrite for the entire Power Rangers verse. Just
Yeah.
all
Give
of
me
it.
the 20 episodes.
Oh,
we
can we?
had.
Can we
What's the Pookie
can we-
cut? What is the Pookie
No, no, no.
cut?
Oh, I demand.
No,
that.
no. I've got it. I've got it. Let's do Smash and Pass for Power Ranger Monsters with Pookie. We're like,
That's a
Go for
classic. That's good. We'll have to
Easy
dress
content.
really good for that one.
For me, I guess the only thing I got to promote is watch my journey through the Tokuverse. Once again, it's new content I'm experimenting with. It's a video series I would like to do more of, but it just depends if more
does
people
well.
watch it. It actually did do well. It did pass over 1K views,
Yeah.
so I was
That's
like,
good.
that's good. There was a lot of pre-production involved before I actually filmed it. And no,
Mhm.
the editing time for that after I did the pre-production of things wasn't that long. I think I'm getting too good at scripting for myself, like setting
Yeah.
up scenes and all that stuff,
Yeah.
because I filmed and edited half of that right before I went to the convention on Thursday, and I finished editing everything when I came back from the convention on Sunday. The only thing that killed it was just exporting it took like 3 hours. And then I had to do a live stream on Twitch. So I had to kill that, do my stream on Twitch, and then export it again and then re-upload it. Only to get copyright claimed on one of the background tracks that I used. So I had to redo that background track and then re-export it out. So yeah. It honestly did not take that long from an actual aspect of editing, putting together type thing. Like I said, I think I've gotten pretty good at my craft, which is part of the reason why I wanted to do this video. This was the video I was excited to put out because like the information just came to me. And once again, just putting it together, I know how my bits work. I know whether or not it's going to be something I'm going to die editing or something that would be pretty easy to put together. This, from my aspect, was pretty simple to put together. So the 2010s Toku is another topic that I would want to dive into the different eras of Toku, but the 2000s era of Tokus was just my personal nostalgia bomb of Tokusatsu. So that's why I did that one first. But the other eras, I want to get into as well. So Anyway, anything else anyone has to add before we go ahead and end things?
Nope.
Uh,
I got nothing really.
yeah,
Great.
I got nothing.
Go buy Super Mario RPG that comes out pretty soon.
That's like
Yeah, I've never played it. It never came out in Australia. I played it for like 5 minutes on the mini SNES, but I've never played it from start to finish.
There's a
It's
Super
really,
Sentai / Power Rangers parody in that game. Enjoy!
nice.
So that's all in there. Until next time, bye.
See ya.
later.
よっ日本一